Welcome, my eerie friends, to another macabre session of Call of Cthulhu. I'm your host today. I am Michael, one of the co-founders of Wicked Publishing, and putting this game on. I'm going to be your keeper of arcane lore today, otherwise known as a game master or a dungeon master. And we're joined by our intrepid crew from the Arkham Paranormal Investigators. We have an amazing group here joining us back for another session. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah. Glad to be here.
Woohoo! And today we have a news story for you, None More Black, that takes place in the heart of Arkham, Massachusetts, one of the most iconic locations in all of Lovecraft's mythos. And so I'm really excited to dive into today. I've got a bit of a twist that I'm really excited to share. And if it works, I'm really excited for what that can mean for the future games. But more on that in a little bit. And for now, let's go ahead and introduce our players. Starting from the top down, let's go ahead and hit up Harry Malcolm.
Hi, I'm Steve Sellers, and I'm playing Harry Malcolm, who is a private detective. He was a pilot in World War II, and he had a not so good experience at that time. His life was saved by another of our players, Jason Myers. And recently, he's been not quite as normal as he has been. He's been getting a little bit more hardcore, starting to see his battles against the strange Lovecraftian things as a war, and we will see how far he goes and whether or not he comes from the brink.
I like that.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on roll 20. Am I up? Yes, I am. Okay. Sorry. My name is Michael Nunley. I'm playing Dr. Jason Myers. He is a medical doctor. He and Harry were our friends from the war and from World War One, and we often even worked together in his PI business. Um, I am kind of the I don't know what you could call it. Turning into about the anchor of the group, where, but it would seem as while I'm a pacifist and I abhor killing or violence in any sort, it is a last resort for me. My compatriots have kind of gone a different direction, and so Myers is currently in kind of a bit of a quandary as to where to go and what to do from here. But he does not want to abandon his friends.
A noble effort.
Hey everyone, I'm Nim. I am playing Dr. Anthony Brune, who is an archaeologist from Boston University. He is a history buff and navigator, but once he has gotten his teeth into the occult, he loves that as well. But now that he has gotten his pretty little fluffy white tail singed by everything, he is full into seeing what's going on. And actually, at the end of our last session, he wrote a book and made some money off of it, though he's considered a crackpot now. But what else is new? So that's who my character is.
And I'm Scott Kish. I'm playing Slugger Joe, a Boston native and prize fighter. He gets quite a few head turns as people recognize him from his bouts in the ring. He's the muscle of the group, and he doesn't kill people, he just knocks them out.
Severely. I think he took the guy's jaw off last game.
Well, that person, no, that was the undead guy, so he was already kind of dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, it doesn't count if he's already dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just make him deader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I just remember Slugger Joe doing more damage with his brass knuckles than Harry was able to do with his gun. That was burly.
Yeah, he didn't get back up, but I mean, he was still alive.
right. And I don't mind that if violence has to be done.
Slugger Joe's like one of the most interesting characters I think I've ever seen on this game. Just like in terms of like OP fighting power, it's like I love it.
Yeah.
Like no one's the only one who was really able to face you so far was the buff orderlies at the asylum.
Yeah, they gave me a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
That's when I started shooting. Like anybody who can give Slugger Joe that kind of trouble is not somebody you mess around with.
True, man. That's a really
Right.
good point. Well, excellent. Yes, then we've got everyone introduced. Now we can go ahead and dive into the game. This, as I said, is None More Black, and I'm really excited to dive into it. Uh, last game, the just to give a quick recap, the investigators met in the first session, and it ended up going after disappearance of a individual. They unfortunately were not able to save that individual and didn't get paid for that job. And then they did another job just recently where they were trying to save someone from the asylum. Unfortunately, they did save him, but unfortunately, they did not get paid again. So no money for you, my friends. But maybe things will turn around for you in the future. Let's hope so.
I am demanding like half up front. That's the way it's going.
That is fair.
Did we come up with a name for the group? I thought we did.
Arkham
Arkham
PI.
PI.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, that happened during the week. I think while you were away as well. The Arkham PI stands for Arkham Paranormal Investigators. So it's a
I
little
think
fun
mine
twist.
was my suggestion was something of if you can't shoot it, run.
That's right. Yeah.
Not
Which is
wrong.
also very accurate. So that is fair. Awesome.
I wonder if maybe we shouldn't put an ad in the paper for Arkham PI.
I could see it. You guys started getting a little
We're ready
extra
to
revenue
believe
that way.
you.
We're ready to believe you. Yes, I love it.
All right, so are we ready to begin?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. I take you now to the investigator's office. An older gentleman here sits by, and he's been waiting. This is early in the morning here. By the way, this is September 9th, 1926. We've arrived in, I believe you guys are in Salem. Is that right? Is that where your office is?
Arkham.
Arkham. Oh, you are in Arkham. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
even my apartment is in Arkham.
Okay, perfect, excellent. Then in that case, you're at your office here in Arkham, and it's bright early in the morning, and there's an older gentleman here wearing a nice, tweed suit, glasses, elderly gentleman with white hair and balding. He looks concerned. He looks very concerned. He looks like he's been waiting here for hours, waiting for your office to open up. Like he's just been pacing back and forth in front of your office.
Now
Excuse
is
me.
just Harry here, or are we all here?
It's up to you.
Well,
have you
I'd
guys
be the one opening the office, so I would have to be there.
Right.
Do you guys work together? Have you guys, in the meantime, have
I
you guys
might be
formed a
there.
group,
Like
or-
I work with Harry, so I might be there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're my medical advisor.
Right.
I think
so,
that I would be in Boston, so unless they called me in for this, I'm probably not there at the moment, which is fine. So.
And Slugger Joe, what are you doing?
I kind of get called in as the muscle when they need me, so I definitely wouldn't be there.
Okay, you're
so it's just
sleeping.
us.
You're
Okay.
snoozing.
Yeah.
So this
PJ.
individual approaches you, and he asks. He says, "Excuse me, gentlemen. Do you have any moments of your man? Please have a moment of your time."
You found us at just the right time. I was just about to open the shop. What can I do you for?
Oh, you see, I have something of a dire note here. Please, if you don't mind, I'd rather discuss it inside.
Certainly. And
Sure.
I'll go ahead and unlock the door and let everybody in, and I'll usher them to my office.
I'm gonna need to make some coffee anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. The individual, he walks in. He finds his place to sit down, and he kind of looks around the room, studying. Doesn't say anything quite at first, but he takes his time and ponders for a moment, and finally he breaks the silence and he says, "My name is Dr. Henry Armitage. I work at the university here, the Arkham University, as the librarian. I can't put it any other way, but we've run into a small little issue at the university, and I need someone's help. I saw your ad in the newspaper, and I heard that you had great I heard that you were of great use and could be helpful for me.
I'm always a friend to anyone at the university. So yeah,
Yes,
just talk
we'd
about
love
your case.
we'd love to help you. Tell us about it. Yes.
Yes, I am a man of 73 years old, and I may not look it, but I've seen quite a lot in my time. I've been around the world, I've been to many countries, and I've seen things that, well, frankly, you wouldn't believe. And
Um,
I only say this. Oh, sorry.
we
Yes, go
we
ahead, sir.
we have seen quite a bit ourselves, sir. We will believe you.
Ah, well, I see you are of open-minded nature, and I do appreciate that about you. It will come of use if you do decide to assist me in this endeavor. He coughs a little bit, and you can tell he's not doing well. Looks like he's suffering mentally, and maybe is under a lot of stress.
Uh,
I mean, I'm going to try psychology on him and see if anything strikes me about him.
is he standing or sitting?
He's sitting down right now.
Okay.
Oh, well, looks clear.
All you can tell is that it looks like he may be his short breath, like he's suffering from a shortness of breath, which may be causing him to stumble on his words a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like more like something for the doc to
Yeah.
check out.
I don't know what kind of medication I might have. Do I happen to have something that might calm the nerves? I imagine it. There might be potentially at least opiates or something.
Are you asking me as a DM?
Yes.
Hmm.
I don't know what medications I may or may not have. I don't know that.
Damn, what kind of business you guys running over there? You're drugging up your clients and stuff.
I just want to give him a little something to calm him down.
Yeah, sure you
he
do.
he is licensed to prescribe.
Evidently.
He says, no, I appreciate the offer, but I'm truly fine. You just see, and he says, let me just tell you what it is. The issue is, it's just I've never faced anything in my decades of working at the university. The thing is, we've had a number of deaths at the university lately. There was 2 deaths prior, and this new death has gotten the board of educators up in arms, and well, frankly, the entire school is scared about what's going on. You see, the boy's name was Walter Resnick. He was a second-year student at the local college. Uh, you wouldn't have known him. He wasn't anyone of note, but he was a charming, kind-hearted, and attractive young man. A good student and well liked by all. However, over the span of a few weeks, he completely changed. At first glance, he was excessively giddy, sometimes even cocksure, but this manic side of him was all too brief. Soon he grew irritable and dismissive towards friends and family. He started missing classes, became disheveled, and stopped even the most basic of grooming tasks. He lost almost 20 pounds in just over 2 weeks and became sunken-eyed and ashen-skinned.
Uh,
I
does that sound like
would
opium to you, Doc?
The only thing that I would normally agree with you. However, the last time I spoke to Resnick and saw him alive, when he spoke to me, his tongue was completely black.
Hmm.
I don't believe anything of the nature would do something like that to his tongue.
Um,
To, well, to your question there, Harry. Was he perhaps under great stress? Was he like perhaps struggling in his classes or something along those lines?
it sounds like he
Hmm.
was from what you described.
Yes, that is correct. He was a great student at first, but these past few weeks his grades just started tumbling. It seemed like he was distracted and he just couldn't focus on his schoolwork at all.
That could potentially be drugs, but it could also potentially mean something else. We've experienced some things recently that might suggest other options there, Harry.
Such as?
That is certainly possible, but I would prefer to explore those once we're absolutely sure it's not a mundane issue.
Okay. It is possible that I'm theorizing here, but perhaps the stress of maintaining his grades became too great for him, and he might have perhaps turned to an opiate or opium or whatever to try and lessen the stress levels there. But I mean, as I stated already, our recent experiences have left me to think that might not be it, and I'm not sure
Yeah,
how we could
I can't
how we
rule it
could
out,
test
especially when you're talking about the blackened tongue. That is rather interesting.
right, right.
Yes, indeed.
That really jumped
Well,
out
you
at me.
see, the
Here's your
story doesn't
copy.
end there, I'm afraid. When no one saw Resnick for over 4 days, the police were called to check in on the man at his off-campus room at a local boarding house. The following, well, I hate to say it, but it's gruesome. It's very gruesome indeed. When the police knocked down the door, they found the boy dead in his room. He was found sitting in a chair with his eyes rolled back in the back of his head, and his tongue was black, lolling out of his mouth. I'm told it was quite a sight.
You say it was
Did they know what the
was-
cause of death was, or even the manner?
The police were unsure just based on the scene, but currently the medical examiner is about to perform an autopsy over at the University School of Medicine, I believe, in the underground morgue. If you hurry,
do
you
you
might be
happen
able
to
to
know the
catch him
name
in
of that
time.
doctor?
Yes, let me see here. And he consults his, looks like he's trying to remember. Yes, I believe he is a young student by the name of Dr. West, I believe.
Dr. West over at
Yeah.
the university. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to
Indeed.
pretend I don't know that name.
Yes, he may, if you speak to him, you may be able to persuade him into letting you into the morgue and speaking to you on the matter. He should be undergoing the operation soon and should hopefully find out more about the cause of death. The police
That
did
is
find some small glass bottles that were scattered all over the apartment, and one was even in his dead hand, but these were empty.
all right. That certainly gives us some info and a lead to start, but I'm afraid our past experiences have also taught us another thing. What we're going to need half our payment up front.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. That brings me to my last point here, which is that the school needs this to go away. 3 deaths in this sort of time is bad for the school.
Yes.
Everyone is
Understandable.
looking scared and looking for a way to get this just to go away. So the school has offered a generous check for you of $500 if you're willing to do so, if that is amenable to you.
Yeah.
Dr. Meyer's eyes get kind of big, and I look at Harry.
Yes, this will certainly cover what we need.
May I
For,
make this out to the Arkham PI?
Yes.
All right, so he finishes scrawling out his check and hands it over to you there. $500 for the Arkham PI.
Nice.
Paid to the order of Arkham PI.
Pleasure
Very
doing
good.
business with you.
Nice.
Very good, sir.
That is cool.
We can bring in our associates.
Yeah.
All
And he
right.
says, thank you for doing your business. I do hope you can get to the bottom of this. If you need anything, I will be back at the university in the library in Miskatonic University. Just let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, we may be doing some research while we look around. So that sounds like a good idea.
Excellent. I look forward to it. And he
Great.
leaves the building.
All right. Time to call in our good friends Slugger Joe and Dr. Anthony.
I am curious, Harry. Where do you suppose he got the figure $500 at? That's a fair amount of money.
Yes, but I mean, tuition is not cheap, especially for Miskatonic. So it does add up.
Okay. Well, that should help make up for some of our past not getting paid. Might even help keep the lights on around here.
Yeah. Well, we've been getting by on more mundane jobs, but it is good to see someone actually willing to pay for a job like this.
Very good.
And
indeed.
so your colleagues all arrive one by one and slowly gather into your office room.
Yeah.
By the way, what do you think
Yeah,
of the
well-
PI map?
Cool.
It's nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so we go. Yeah, we go ahead and explain the situation and what we've been hired for.
Nice.
Excellent.
So,
Yes, I thought it'd be nice to have a base of operations here for y'all.
Yeah.
I listen to everything that they say. I go, so what's our first steps? I assume we're gonna see if we can look into
Yeah.
the apartment.
We need
Actually-
to do that, but we need to check the body first because Dr. Armitage said we didn't have a whole lot of time before Wes would be done with the examination.
Why does it always have to be someone missing or a dead guy? Why can't you just call me for a beer?
We can have
Well,
a beer after we deal with the crazy stuff.
I don't think they're willing to pay you to drink a beer, Slugger.
Yeah, at least not on the job.
Yep.
You can have all the beer you want off the clock.
Yeah. Yeah. If that was the case, I would just get paid for studying, because that's what I like to do.
So I'm like, well, I'm familiar with Arkham University. I've been up here a few times to lecture, but I don't know a bit about where to go. So I'll follow you, gentlemen. But I am due to do a lecture in the next couple days. But if this is something more detailed, I'll have to cancel. So I suggest that we get started so we could see exactly what's going on. Book sales for my latest book of our latest endeavor aren't selling as well as I thought they were. People aren't really buying into the truth of what's going on. I was quite surprised.
Yeah, I say absolutely nothing.
Have you tried publishing it under the New Frontiersman?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I recommend the Crank File. It's very interesting reading. All right.
All right,
Yeah,
so
we
we
got
head
some
over to the Miskatonic
More.
University.
Yeah.
All right, so head over to Arkham. Well, you are in Arkham. Just for fun, I'll add this in real quick. But okay, so real quick, just as a quick player's note, I'm moving to a splash page. Anytime we move to a splash page, I found it's really easy. All you have to do is hit your refresh button, and it'll automatically reorient you in the right place.
Okay.
Which is kind of quicker than having to zoom back in and everything. It'll just automatically put it to the default, and we can keep going. So that's something I learned, that quick little trick.
Cool.
Just to make it easier. So yes, as we're already in, I did put this in. I forgot you guys had your office in Arkham, so my bad there. But that is fun to see. I like that sign there. So we are
we like
here.
to take a trip outside of town just because we like the entrance so much.
Exactly.
that's
So yes,
a nice
here we
carpet.
are in Arkham, Massachusetts. And September 9th, 1926, you arrive. This is, as I mentioned before, one of the most classic locations in all of Lovecraft. And it is a classic New England town at the heart of Lovecraft country. The town itself has quite a long history. It's a considerably younger town than neighboring Kingsport or Innsmouth. Colonials settled the Arkham area first in the late 17th century. They were liberal thinkers fleeing the oppressive Congregationalists of Salem and Boston, led by such educated men as Jeremiah Armitage, Jebel Whatley, Tristram Kerwin, and Abel Peabody. These early settlers laid out the first streets on the slopes of what is now known as French Hill. Town meetings for the plantation of Arkham were once held once a month in a small wooden hall on the first wet day of the month, when all were to appear at the beat of a drum. Arkham did have its dark past, but those things didn't overshadow Arkham as it grew slowly through the early 18th century and became a fishing port and a town of note of trade with the West Indies. However, it was overshadowed by nearby Kingsport successes with fisheries and trade. Arkham grew as a quiet farming community eventually, as it no longer could support that fishing area. So when the prices were good, a few fishing boats would slip down from the sea, but not many. For many years, the only way to cross the Miskatonic was by way of Evans Ferry, just large enough for a coach and four. The history would go on throughout the years, even through the Civil War. Industrialists, the Salonstalls, Browns, and Jenkins laid out new streets south of the college campus along the top of South Hill, and there constructed grand Georgian and Federalist mansions financed by large textile profits. In this period, in 1806, the town's first newspaper, the Arkham Gazette, was established, underwritten by the Federalist Derbies. Republican industrialists were later to help found the Arkham Bulletin. By the time the Federalist sea merchants were dwindling, their last building spree saw the construction of the mansions that border the Common along Federal and Corwin streets. I won't go into too much more here, but just to say, as I mentioned, in the American Civil War, Arkham's finest formed a company of the 23rd Massachusetts Volunteer Regiment. 27 young men died in the struggle, and a memorial in Christchurch Cemetery commemorates their sacrifice. By this time, the mills and supporting industries lined the south bank of the river. From Peabody Avenue east, Arkham became increasingly urbanized. A telegraph line eventually was linked the town with Boston. Reputable scholars, in part drawn by Miskatonic College's already famous library, and by the proximity of the town to Boston, began to join the staff. Southwestern Arkham took the feel of an Ivy League college town. The expansion continued with brickyards, leather shops, shoe factories, watchmakers, and later costume jewelry manufacturers lining the shore north and south on the eastern side of town. A great string of warehouses eventually reached West Street, were constructed along the South Shore during this period. And now, Arkham today, through New England's fortune declined after the Great War, local survey shows that 83% of Arkham homeowners possess electric irons, 77% have gas or electric washing machines, and 51% have or plan to purchase vacuum cleaners. Nearly 50% of Arkham families own at least one automobile, and merchants complain of those who park their machines in front of shops all day.
And apparently, it has more smog than LA.
I think this is more like the creepy eerie fog of
I don't know.
Country.
Have
I've
you
seen
seen
a
LA
lot of
recently?
Problems persistently rise between town and university. At present, the cost of campus police protection is being debated. The university's young president, Dr. Wayne Scott, has dared to enter the controversy by running for mayor. Even if the election in November goes to the university, the perennial struggle for November between town and university will not end. Though there is no boom, the new construction of apartment buildings, university buildings, and filling stations attests to general prosperity. However, much of this construction slows or dies after the stock market begins to go downhill. Arkham feels the effects much less than other towns in the area, but it is hurt. Most of Arkham's industries, employers of the poorer classes, end up laying off workers, and more than a few close their doors forever. And this is where we now enter our story. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a history there on the town.
Cool.
So this is, I'm now going to bring to our new portion of the game, which is something I'm introducing for this session, brand new. If it works, I will replicate it for the sessions going forward. And my goal is that I hope to give you a feeling that this is a town that you can explore and go anywhere and do anything. I know in the last games, there was kind of hard to know, like, hey, can we go to the town hall? What can we really do? Like, you can't see anything. You're not there. But I wanted you guys to feel like maybe you really were there. And that way, when we go to every town and every city, it really feels like a place that you can visit. So I've created this. Thank you, man. I hope it works. If it works, this is very experimental, so we'll see if it works. But so I've got this map here, which I got from the Arkham source book, so it's 100% official. I've marked 15 locations that I feel that you would probably know already, including the School of Medicine morgue, which we just gave you, as well as a few other locations. And anytime you go to a new location or discover somewhere new, or you want to explore somewhere, I'll mark it on the map. And so you can, and that way you can find new places, and they'll pop up on the key. So you see there on the right-hand side, there's a key corresponding to the numbers that are on the map. Each one location, for example, number 1 is Miskatonic University. That's towards the middle at the bottom. That way you know exactly where it is. And anywhere you want to go, you can tell me. Anytime you're driving along the street, you want to know what buildings are around you, just let me know. I can let you know what's there. If you're looking for something specific, you're wanting to find a specific type of building, you can do a roll for it or things like that, and I can help you find that specific building. And in this way, you have your car here on the left, so you guys can drive around.
Okay.
And this way, think of this like your overworld. If you're playing Mario, this is like your overworld. And anytime you
Nice.
want to explore an area, you just let me know, and then we'll jump down into the top-down view or the splash page or whatever it is. We'll go down to the levels as using the same game terminology. We'll play that level. You can explore it in more detail, and this way you can explore all the different areas, play it like we normally would, but really feel like you're exploring the town of Arkham. And if it works, I'll do it for all the cities that we end up going to in the campaign.
I am
That's awesome.
curious where Harry's office is.
Yeah.
That is a good question. As I mentioned, I forgot that he was in there. So let me add his office. Where would you like your office to be?
I think I'm going to steal this idea for D&D, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah?
Let me kind of see
Cool,
where
man.
Yeah, I imagine it can't be too far from Miskatonic University, but I don't know exactly like where it would be. Yeah.
All right. Well, if it is, then we won't have to cross the river.
I think your office should be on the corner of East High Lane and South and Marsh Street there, right there.
Okay, that works. Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, that's not a bad place. It seems to be fairly central to a lot of where we're going to be looking at. So, so it's going to be it's not going to be a lot of gas that we're going to be using.
We may have been coming back into Arkham because you had to pick us up from the train station coming up from Boston. So
yeah, that's true.
There we go.
Because I don't have a car.
That's probably why we were over on the bridge. I was driving
now the train ticket's coming out of your cut, right?
Yeah.
No, that is community.
Actually, I rode on top of the train. I just
oh, there you go.
I jumped onto it from the bridge. Yeah.
Did you feel like James Bond?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Yeah. But did you go in disguised as a dead body?
Yes.
Ooh.
I was Edward Pierce. That's my other name. That's the other name I go by. So. Nice.
Perfect.
All
So
right.
I am adding the PI office to the list here.
And it looks like it's pretty close to the train station. Isn't that what's on High Lane there?
Yeah, very convenient.
Nice.
Very cool.
And as you can see, spoiler alert, there are hidden locations already on the board.
Yeah.
I'm trying to ignore those.
Are you guys watching on StreamYard or are you on your game?
I'm on the
I'm
game
on
right now.
I'm on roll 20 right now.
Okay, phew. Okay, okay. I thought you meant never mind.
Yeah. You said
I have double screens. I've got one on the StreamYard and one on the.
Ooh, spoiler alert.
Yeah, you had told us before that you keep all your stuff on the StreamYard page there, so I don't look at it at all.
Cool.
When we play
Perfect. Yeah, that's helpful. All right, cool. Yeah, so in that case, you know where you want to go first, I imagine.
Yeah, we just
But,
swing by and we pick up Anthony and Slugger. Are you taking the train too, Slugger Joe?
I'll have my own car.
Oh yeah, okay.
I guess you are taking the train.
All right.
Actually, I was looking to see where Arkham is in relation to Boston. It's quite a distance. It's like Arkham is all the way up in the north of Massachusetts. So.
Yeah, I mean by train it's probably like maybe an hour.
An hour and a half, something like that.
All right.
Excellent.
So, did you meet us? Did you meet us at the office then, Slugger Joe?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we were already all met up somewhere, right?
Yeah, because we already exchanged notes. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I moved your car to your office then.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think at this point we're probably heading towards the School of Medicine.
Just heading over to 15 there then. Yep.
Yeah, we need to see what's going on with the body.
All right.
Hopefully we can discover what building it is and find Dr. West before he leaves.
Well, I actually told you which building.
Okay.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Navigation roll to point out any prominent things that we may pass as we're driving there. So
it's a good idea. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah. Fly to the Navigator and shit.
I'm guessing that's a good thing, right?
Yep.
Didn't, and I barely made that 90 out of 90, but
On the right-hand side, this big area that you're passing here is actually I believe that is the Arkham train yard. Uh, the, um, yes, that is the railroad properties. The area astride the tracks and along the river is crowded with sidings, small warehouses, storage sheds, and an old water tower and sided freight cars. Hobos occasionally put up for a night in the yard daring railroad guards who are notorious and violent often kick them out of the area.
Okay.
And then
cool.
see, on your left, let's see what we
You're
got here
kind
on
of
your left.
breaking up a little bit there, Mike.
Uh-oh.
I'm having a hard time making you out.
Uh-oh. Is it my mic, man?
No, you
Nah.
sound better now.
Oh, do
Yeah,
I?
it's fine now. Yeah,
Oh,
it was just
okay.
cutting out for a little bit.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
I feel like I'm an airline pilot. If you look to your left, you'll see.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right, so you're doing the hand motions and everything. Right?
Yes.
Okay. I am
So
not
then-
sitting by the emergency exit door.
All right, that's how I did it before. Sorry, I forgot that's a trick. Okay, so yeah, on your right there, or your left. Sorry, your left. My right, whatever. That's the Adams Lumber Yard. So there they have wholesale and retail lumber stocks. They do stock some hardware blocks as well as construction lumber. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of heavy industry in this area. That a lot of the stuff along the banks of the river are all very industrialized. For example, next to the lumber yard, is also the slaughterhouse. Though there are some independent cattle and hog butchers in town, this feedlot and hanging house supplies most of the town's meats.
Make a note.
Lovely. Lovely, huh?
Yeah, let's just say that I have theories about what might be done with the dead body. Just saying.
It's people. Soylent Green.
Then you make it across the bridge here. This, let's see here. Now you guys are heading down into the southern half of the town. This is called the Merchant District. And a lot of these buildings you see along the edge here are shops.
Cool.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for or interested in me pointing out by any chance?
No, just kind of
Curious. Okay.
getting the lay of the land. Hadn't been there for a while, just looking. Maybe seeing if the insanity in my head points out any new red dots on the way. So,
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna definitely, and I'm gonna make a list of these so I can, as you guys are exploring, I'm gonna definitely add these to your list here. Let me make a note here. And so, the one, let's see here. Sorry, this is still a little new for me, so apologies if it's a little rough at first. Let me get a pen. Sorry. Railroad, slaughterhouse, lumberyard. All right. Along here on your right, a bunch of warehouses. More industrial stuff,
Cool.
Yeah. Constructed in the early 19th century, these great brick Georgian-styled warehouses have stood next to the river for a century. Most are unused, although local businesses rent one or two for contemporary storage from time to time. Lucky Clover Cartage has recently leased a large one. And you're definitely passing by a number of churches here. There's a church on your right here, another church over here. As it is called Church Street, so I guess that is fitting.
Yeah.
As long as
Five,
it's no big black church with like kids and Sutter Kane and everything in it, so we'll be fine.
Yeah.
You also are passing on the left the old old Arkham graveyard. That's the as the name implies, that's the oldest graveyard in town. A remnant from Arkham founding, the cemetery contains some of the oldest graves in the area. Many 17th century headstones exist. The newest is dated 1743. Some are weathered beyond legibility, and
Wow.
legend that alleged that ghouls have plundered the place.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, I think the graveyard is another thing we're going to have to keep an eye on.
And finally, you make it into the campus district, which is actually quite a large area. This whole area is from here all the way down to here. This is that comprises the whole campus, college campus, as well as these buildings here, and I believe these ones as well potentially.
Holy
Uh,
shit, man!
it's
That is
freaking huge.
huge.
Yes.
It's a big university.
It is, and it's so big that with industry is kind of failing in the number lately, in the recent years, the town has really become fully supportive of the college town. It's like the professors and the dean and all the people at the school, they become the new elites, and the industry really revolves around the students and their economy.
Is that why they're not being charged for any public services?
Yeah, I guess that probably would be the case. Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine they probably drive the local economy quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that is for
I didn't
sure.
read
Yeah.
the entire newspaper, but I did read that in there that there was even an issue with perhaps them needing to be charged now or something.
Interesting. Yeah, I could definitely understand that. Anything to drive more revenue back into the town there. As I said, the campus area is a very large space. It's landscaped and kept immaculately clean. The university grounds are a cool and shady place for a summer walk. Almost all the university's buildings are found here, including the hospital and the field house. Like the Merchant District, the campus is on low ground, which noticeably climbs only south of College Street. North of Crane Street and west of West Street is a block of substantial residential homes designed in the Georgian federal style. Many of these large homes are no longer residents but are maintained as offices by the university or other organizations. This block is well groomed as any part of the campus. College Street contains, besides campus buildings, many old family homes that have been converted to apartments and boarding houses where live most of the junior and senior men who do belong to fraternities. West of Boundary Street are blocks of older, more modest residences. Hill Street is an unlit dirt road underlain by a foundation of ancient rotting timbers, poking up through the road in places. Residents here lack sewers and draw water from one of the three public wells along the street. This very rustic section of town contains many 17th century homes, and the families of the inhabitants have lived in them for 10 generations or more, datable to the first settlement of Arkham. And so I now will take you to Miskatonic University. And I'll update your map here as well while you're. So yes, you have arrived at Miskatonic University, an ancient, well, not ancient, but an old and respected, establishment, and with many legends and secrets. It's as mysterious as the town in which it resides.
Okay. You said that we know where the morgue is.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think Dr. Armitage told us. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I want to head straight there so that we don't miss Dr. West.
Okay, yes, that's understandable there.
Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. How about you, Slugger Joe?
I'm sorry, what?
We're going to the
I want to.
morgue.
Yeah, we're going to the morgue so we don't miss Dr. West.
Ah,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're okay with it.
Sounds like, okay.
And so yeah, so you currently know you know where a few classrooms are, you know where like the common area is, the science building, you also know the library. Those are the main buildings that you've been aware of so far, I would say. And so we travel down. You travel through the university, passing many students. Can you guys give me a spot hidden check?
Let me
Sure.
try.
Spot hidden check.
Oops.
Yes, success.
Spot hidden 40.
Wow. How did I fail?
I failed that pretty bad.
So it looks like in this case, Harry Malcolm is the only one who notices. But as you guys are walking through, it looks like a normal day, and students are all happy and stuff. But Malcolm starts to notice that some of the students look like they're really pale and ashen skin, and their eyes are really sunken in with black, big black bags under their eyes.
Yeah.
And they're not everyone, but they're dispersed throughout the area in the university.
Doc, have you noticed that the eyes of the people at this university seem to be very sunken? There's just something off about them.
I will say that it could certainly be that, but there's the skin color in particular. All I can say is if these people are suffering from the same thing that Walter was suffering from, it was not opiates.
Yeah, that seems true, but we haven't established a link yet. So let's see what we find at the morgue.
Okay.
All right. So yes, you. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm not that kind of doctor, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys make your way into the School of Medicine and proceed down to the basement level, where in a dark, dank corner you find a door leading into the morgue. The door is unlocked, and you walk in, and there's an occupant inside, but he doesn't seem to notice your approach. Let me get your characters over there.
Ooh, cool.
Your slugger.
Hey, why does the doctor's office have such ominous music?
It's not an office. It's a morgue.
You're worried about the music. I'm worried about the giant-sized doctor.
Yeah.
What about the giant bodies?
Right? These are not humans we're talking to here.
These are Attack on Titans, dude.
They're growing big down there in Arkham.
That music is just a tad loud, Mike.
Yeah, I was just about to address that. Sorry.
Okay.
And then let's get you guys bigger. Let's get these boys some big. These are some big boys here.
Oh man. All right. This is the second time one of my characters has turned giant.
Yeah, hopefully your character's not doing what Bjorn did when he was turned giant. That's all I'm saying.
No, my character's dressed at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I wonder. No.
Who wrote the book of love?
Again.
Excuse me, doctor.
You scared me. What is it?
Oh, I apologize.
I'm busy with my work.
I apologize. Mr. Armitage had sent us over here to perhaps find out maybe what you discovered about maybe how this boy died.
Yes, that old fool. He's always getting in the way of my work here. Him and the others just don't understand everything that I've got going on.
I do hope we're not disturbing you. We've been hired to investigate this case, and we were just hoping to get some information. We don't want to take up any more time than is necessary.
Well, that depends. What is it that you're here for?
We would like to know how this boy died, how the student died.
Yes, I was just looking into that matter myself when you walked in. It is rather interesting, I have to say. One of the more fascinating cases that I've seen in a long time. Are you curious? Why don't you take a look here? I've just opened this specimen up not too long ago. And he points over to the cadaver.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, I found some very interesting things here.
Yeah, I'm just going to let Doc take the lead on this, and I'm just going to carefully watch him.
So after a careful examination, I've noticed a few different things. First, the most important, possibly, is that Resnick has been dead for about 2 days before being discovered. That is important. Keep that in mind. His tongue was inexplicably stained black, and when he was found, he was suffering from malnutrition and dehydration.
And
However,
have you discovered perhaps what made his tongue black? Was he somehow what is there drugs or a poison or something like that in his system?
none that we can detect. I've seen no
How
drugs, no poison, no substance of any kind.
how black are we talking? Like standard black or none more black?
If I had to say, I would definitely describe it as none more black.
Hot black
Very
death, yeah.
nice. Very nice.
While they're talking over the body, I'm just kind of wandering around because I really don't want to look at the body anyway, and just looking at everything in general. Kind of wondering if I can spot anything hidden. So
Yeah. I can
If
help
I-
him with that. I can
if I
help you
can
with
make
that.
it, if I can make a check. So
Right.
Or
Let's
if
go
it's
ahead
worth
and
making
make a
check.
roll. Make a roll there, first.
Yeah. Extreme success and hard success.
Realizing that my compatriots are now searching the doctor's office here without his permission, I'm suddenly a little uncomfortable, but I'm trying to hide it.
Well, it's not like I'm not rifling through anything. I'm just kind
Yeah.
of looking around.
I'm just kind of wandering around. I just don't want to look into the
Yeah.
dead body. So
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm
I'm
just trying to see if anything is like out of order or looks strange.
I just know that the doctor doesn't seem to be a very pleasant person, and I'm just nervous about giving him an excuse.
That is a wise attitude to have.
given that
Again, not trying to spoil this.
given that the last unpleasant doctor we ran into was a cultist, that's why I'm
Yeah.
looking around. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we should not trust Dr. West at all.
Hey, I'm a doctor. We
As
can't
Sherlock
just
Holmes
disregard all doctors.
as Sherlock Holmes said, when doctors go bad, they are the chiefest of criminals. So
I see.
all right. Anyway, sorry to
The
interrupt.
doctor says, "Excuse me, I do have a lot to do. Is there any other questions that you had concerning the autopsy?"
I do actually. We had talked about that he had been dead for 2 days before he was discovered. We
Right.
talked about his tongue being black, but that it was not a cause of poison or some type of intoxication. But we did not get to how he actually died.
Ah, yes. Well, you see, that is the strangest part of it all, isn't it? You see, I have not been able to determine the exact cause of death. As yet, it appears that all of his organs are fine, and there are no external or internal wounds. Uh, Natural causes was what I'm going to list on the death certificate if I can't find anything else.
Mhm.
But, sir, you, the tongue being black is clearly a large clue here. I cannot. I don't personally know of a disease that's going to turn your tongue black, or a natural cause that would turn your tongue black. Something had to have caused that. Don't you think that's worth
Well,
investigating?
there is something. Wait. Well, never mind. That's not important right now. But
Oh,
I
please,
do see your point.
anything you can offer.
Oh no. It's not worth getting into at this time. Well, it's just that I've done some experiments in my time, and well, I've had some interesting outcomes.
I see.
I'm
I
sure
see.
you
So
have.
you've seen this before.
Not quite like this, but something of the nature, perhaps.
Okay. Um. I mean, you're obviously being deliberately vague here, but I really must try to find some kind of cause for this. I mean, can I possibly help you with the autopsy or something?
Well, if you want to take a look here, crack at it, you're more than welcome to give the body a whirl.
Okay.
Steps aside to let you take some tools and get to work. Give me a medicine or science forensic roll.
Okay, I got a 78 medicine, so I'm going to go with that. Hard success.
So you take a look at the body and look all around. You examine the work that he did previously. You look for other things that maybe he didn't may have missed, and then what you notice is that down near his fingernails, you spot just a small microscopic little few droplets. It looks like stained of something black on his fingers.
Hmm.
Okay, I'd like to do this discreetly. What would you like me to roll? I want to take off, like scrape off some of this to have analyzed, and I don't necessarily want the doctor to know about it.
Either make a stealth check or have one of your compatriots distract him for you.
I call Harry over.
Okay. Well,
Do you think you could maybe talk to him or distract him for a second? I need to take a sample. I don't want him to see me.
yeah. Yeah, and I kind of like I'll kind of like point to the other body and say, "Oh, who is this person? What do you know about? What do you know about her death?"
Oh, her? I believe this is another one of the students that was recently killed.
Hmm. Do you know who she was?
Yes, a young girl. Let's see here. And he starts looking through his notes to see if he can pull up her file there.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I believe her name was Mary Clausen. And the other boy, whose body we've already buried, his name was Franklin Stewart. They were both found dead uh, over the past 2 weeks. Um, these college students were part of let's just say they were part of a bad element.
Yeah, a cult probably, but I don't say that. Were her symptoms similar to the other bodies, or
Exactly
was
the
it different?
same.
Hmm. Yeah, it's really kind of, and yet this is natural causes. That
Well,
seems
as far as we
odd.
can tell, it could be some sort of disease, but we just don't have enough information at this time. And without further information, there's nothing I can do but rule it as a
Okay.
natural cause.
What
Okay.
do you mean by bad element?
Well, you see, there's some around here that are known for their illegal drinking. I don't get into that sort of thing myself, but I do believe that they may have moved on to some harder stuff.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Like Jägermeister.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, how involved was Arkham with bootlegging?
It's a good question. Does someone want to give me a no roll?
A no roll.
I'm trying to remember what that
You
is.
keep saying that, but you mean like it's somehow like an intelligence or somehow a knowledge on the subject type of role?
So idea rolls come from knowledge. Excuse
Okay,
me, idea rolls come from intelligence. It's like your idea to come up with something on the fly.
Oh,
A no rolls is your what you know from your experience. So that's education, I believe.
okay.
all right.
Uh,
Education.
55. Okay, I guess I could try.
I have scraped off some of the black residue and I've closed up my medical bag and I kind of nod to Harry.
Where's my education?
That is a hard success on my no roll.
Nice. So you know from your research into the area and the underground bootlegging scene that Arkham is a major center of bootlegging during this Prohibition era of 1926. There are a few reasons why Arkham is associated with bootlegging. The first is Arkham is located in a remote area of Massachusetts, which makes it a good place to hide illegal activities. Second, Arkham is home, of course, to Miskatonic University, which is the center of intellectualism during this time. This made Arkham a magnet for people who were looking to make a quick buck by breaking the law. So you have to imagine that a lot of the university students go to the speakeasies around town and get drunk.
Yeah, might be something we'll have to investigate later.
Like we might need a snort ourselves?
Well, they're getting, they've, I don't, yeah, since I don't know what you found, I can't make that connection. So,
Right.
I think someone.
well, let's
did-
just say that based on what we found so far, it would not surprise me.
He says, the doctor turns to you and says, "If I find anything more, I'll definitely let you know. But as of now, I've done about all I can do."
All right.
I appreciate
Yeah,
your
I think we
taking
may
the
have
time
as
to help
well.
us. We appreciate your time. We know that you're a very busy man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes, and I do appreciate you listening to me. I do go on about my experimentations sometimes.
I'd love to hear about them anytime you're willing to share.
Oh yes. I'll have to have you over for a drink sometime and tell you about the details of my more interesting experiments.
That sounds great. I give him my
Good day,
card.
sir.
Give me a call next time you have a few.
All right.
All right.
All
So
right.
you return above ground and come out to the
Hey.
campus
Yeah.
commons area where some of the students are milling about.
I'd like to get off to someplace not where maybe we could have a whispered conversation.
Yeah, this is not secure.
Giants.
Giants.
So yes, where are you guys? So then in that case, I'll take you guys back to the main entrance.
Okay.
Okay, that'll work.
Refresh that.
Yeah.
Although I do hope the person who owns that hat and books doesn't come by.
Mm-hmm.
It does look a little interesting there, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I let them know that I did search the body, and the doctor was correct that it doesn't seem to be any poisons or diseases or intoxicants. But I did find some black residue on his hand, and I did take a sample of it. I'd like to get to a lab where this could be examined. I think that perhaps the doctor might have overlooked this black residue on his hands, and he seemed like he was kind of trying to avoid talking about it. So I thought it would best to keep it secret from him.
Either overlooked or was involved and is trying to hide it. It's
Right,
hard to tell
right.
which right now.
Can I try and look at it and see if
I didn't trust him at all.
and have an idea of what it might be?
I take the vial out of my medicine bag and I hand it to Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of look
Do we
around,
call you Tony?
So
sniff it.
so you actually, I'm gonna go ahead and add something to your handouts.
Okay.
Okay.
So you managed to scrape some of this black material, and it looks like there are a few drops or skin flakes of this black little material that sits at the bottom of this vial here.
All right. Yeah.
Is there?
It reminds me of something, but I can't exactly tell you what it is, and I'm not sure it would be relevant. So let's just kind of try to figure out what it is.
Well, no. I don't think we're at a point where we should discredit any ideas. If you have something that you think might.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is I actually don't remember what this reminds me of. There's a substance that does this, but I don't know what it's called, or I don't remember what it is.
When I've been in the field in the Afghanistan region, this reminds me of black tar heroin, but I don't know if this is what it is
No.
at all. So
It's not what I was thinking of, but I mean, I wouldn't rule it out completely.
And in my experience, I mean, as you notice, this kind of this scraped off like I don't know, like perhaps it had been a liquid before.
Yeah. Well, either way, we're gonna need some proper analytical tools to examine.
Yes.
it's not ink, is it?
No.
I suppose it could be, but I'm trying to tie it to the black tongue there, and I might be reaching for a connection there, but I don't think ink would have caused that with the tongue.
Well, I know you are a bunch of youngsters here, but back in my day when we were doing not as much with the printed word, but as the written word, if you were writing and then or you were reading something as you were writing and you turned the page, you'd lick your tongue and you could get ink on your tongue from, while you were writing and everything.
Well, damn,
that
that boy must have read 10 novels.
That would be a good way to administer a poison.
Oh, that is devious.
I've actually seen that movie, but that's why I brought it up. But that's out of character. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could go to the library and see, what kind of if there have been similar cases to this.
well, I think the first thing we should do is to check out this student's home, his apartment. Maybe
Yeah.
the source of this black ink is there, so or black material substance.
We could do that. Yeah.
What do you say to perhaps splitting up for a time? I'd like to go to the university's lab and see if I can have this stuff tested.
In my experience, splitting up always works very, very well. So
Splitting the party is such a good idea. Yeah.
No sarcasm whatsoever.
No.
I mean,
Well,
it is true that-
I'm attempting to save time here. Doing the lab work is going to take some time, and searching the boy's room is going to take some time. And quite frankly, we don't know how much time we have right now.
Yeah.
actually,
Plus, if we have to kill somebody, having him around is a detriment.
it probably is a good idea. And given my level of relative inexperience in these types of matters, Dr. Broom would probably say that sounds wonderful. So
Okay.
out of character, Nim is like, yeah, it looks clear. So
Excellent.
All right. So I will. Do you want to say perhaps Slugger Joe? Would you like to come with me to the lab?
Sure.
They are armed. They can defend themselves if need be. I, however, am not quite as handy.
well, gentlemen, we will see you soon. I'm sure that after the work we're going to do, I'll be a bit peckish. So I noticed that right off of the university, there's some great restaurants there. I'm treating if you'll meet us there for dinner and we can share what we found.
Do you have a particular restaurant in mind so that we know which
Joe
one
can
to
have a
go to?
drink.
I don't know what restaurant I have in mind because I didn't see any red dots. But you know what? When I find a red dotted restaurant, we will go there and eat.
By the way, anytime you guys like, for example, this is a great opportunity for me to mention how I envision this. So, like, anytime you're like, okay, I want to find a restaurant, you could do an idea roll or one of your other roles that you might think be relevant, and then I can then say, oh yeah, here's a restaurant, boom, and then I can pop it up on your map.
I'll do a idea roll.
Oh, I need to go and update your map real quick.
And I failed it. All right.
I passed mine.
All right.
And so, what are you guys specifically looking for?
We just need to find a restaurant to meet at.
Yeah, a good restaurant. Yeah. I mean, I figured
in that case,
preferably one that we can imbibe.
One within my credit rating.
Yeah, and also one that is relatively secure, or has people that are trustworthy.
Bing, bing, bada, bing, bada, bing. You look through your, you pull up a directory of the town. Huh?
I'm not talking about the bada bing. I'm not talking about a strip joint.
Yeah, that's where I was going too. So
I was up this morning and got myself a gun.
Yep. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I gotta make my references, man.
Hey, I can't blame you, man. That makes sense to me. So I'm looking for the spot on the map where I marked it. I maybe made the spot too small. Where is that? Oh, is that it? No. Sorry, give me a second. I think that's it, yeah. That one's a little small, but yeah. Okay. Layer. Okay. So the we're able to look through the directory of the town and find one of the best highly rated restaurants in town, number 19, the Bell Cafe. It's moderately priced. It does serve some of the well-known clientele, but also is a casual fare. It's not a diner or anything like that, but it's a little bit more elevated than that.
Did they say got a little room in back?
I'm not familiar with that saying.
Speakeasies were often hidden behind.
I see what you mean. Yeah, totally, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's right, man. Totally, just like in barrels.
Yep.
You know.
I got a feeling I'm gonna need
So
something.
yes, that's the that one there for you.
All right. That's
Cool.
the what?
Bell Cafe.
Oh,
We're not seeing
right. Are you
anything
guys
on
not?
our
Yeah, you're not
screen,
there.
Mike.
Yeah.
No.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Voila.
Voila. So look for number 19 on your list there,
I see it. There it
Oh,
is.
cool.
So right there.
and that's
Yeah.
yep, exactly.
Perfect.
Okay.
And so where are
Yes,
the
we're all
two parties gonna be
21. We don't need the big advertisement.
going?
So I believe that Harry and I are going to go to the students' residence to
Right.
check it out. So
Yeah.
And then the other group was going where?
Me and Slugger Joe are going to the university's laboratory to test the
Gotcha.
substance that I scraped off.
Yeah.
Who
I
should we
guess
do
my feeling is it's basically Doc that's going to be analyzing, and Joe's going to be watching his back.
Yep.
All right. So then in that case, you guys are staying at the university to keep investigating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We're in
Okay.
the
Just
general
going to meet
area.
up at that restaurant later.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. In that case, we'll have you drive the car over to the spot, which is you guys are heading to the Szymanski's boarding house, number 14.
Okay.
Okay.
cool.
That was the name that was given to you by Dr. Armitage of the boarding house.
Yeah.
And that one is down here.
Mhm.
Skirt.
Did you happen to notice that the guy who hired us has the same last name as the guy who founded the town?
Oh yeah, there are a number of recognizable Lovecraftian names associated with the town.
Ah.
He's one of those he's part of one of the old families that found
Yeah.
one of the old founding
Yeah.
families in a sense.
Yeah.
I
The Whatleys are
I
the-
wanted to point that out because that might be relevant. It might be tied to something back in the history or something.
You never
Well,
know.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, Dr. Armitage is a major Lovecraftian figure.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay, so in that case, let me think about this. Do you guys want to do the investigation there first, or do you want to do a little research of the lab first?
Doesn't
You
matter.
do the research at the lab first, since we would take time driving over there, so they probably start that before.
True, that actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Okay. That works.
All right.
Okay, cool. 22. All right, so you guys are back at the university. Meanwhile, at the Arkham labs, you're gonna have to refresh that one.
Meanwhile, back at the lab.
I'm gonna go off mic for a
Uh-huh.
second. I gotta go. I'll be right back. So.
No worries.
Is there anybody
So you guys-
in the lab? It doesn't look like it.
Nope. So you guys managed to make your way into the lab of Dr. Herbert West, who's currently busy in the morgue, and so you have free reign over all of his tools and scientific equipment.
Is there any way? I don't necessarily want to invade another doctor's stuff. Is there like a sign-in sheet or something? How do I report that I'm doing this?
No sign-in sheet, but you could leave him a note, I suppose.
I don't think you
Okay.
want to leave them alone.
Well, I have respect for other doctors. I'm not gonna just use his stuff.
Maybe leave him a tip.
A tip, yeah.
I would like to write a note. So long, and thanks for all the beakas.
All right, I would just leave a note, letting him know who I am, and just that I had something I needed to research real quick. Everything is as I left it. Something
Hopefully, he's not the kind of guy who would hold any kind of grudges. So, thankfully, we're definitely
know
okay
that.
there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking about I think this is
No, I'm just
essentially
kidding.
like walking into someone's private room here.
No, I
is
know.
what
I'm totally with you. I'm just playing. I'm
Okay,
just kidding.
yeah. Normally, I would agree, but I don't trust West.
I would like to spot hidden.
That's
Oh,
wise.
okay. Yeah, give me a spot
I
hidden there, man.
don't see anything except glass beakers.
Yeah.
Many glass beakers. How about you, Doctor? Do you see anything?
I wasn't searching. I'm
Oh, okay.
busy doing the lab tests on this
In that
substance.
case, you put some of the material in some of the examination beakers and put them over to with them underneath or not, sorry, not beaker, but you put it underneath a little glass pane, one of those little flat panes. You bring it
Right.
over to your microscope and start to study it for analysis. Give me a science, a biology, chemistry, or pharmacy roll.
Science, biology, chemistry, or pharmacy. Okay. Let's see. Um, I'm not seeing biology. How about I'm not seeing chemistry either. Where is this
It's
stuff?
under science.
Under.
You have to go to science and then your specific field of expertise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I got biology and pharmacy. You said biology
one.
was one of them, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Success.
Perfect. So you peer through the microscope to analyze this, and as you look through it and use all the knowledge that you've gained throughout your years as a doctor, you're able to determine that most of the substance is common alcohol, but the other component could either be dried skin or blood. It is unlike any biological matter that you have seen ever in your life, but it definitely has dead cells of some sort in it.
And I can tell that these are blood cells.
Um,
Because you said that it was blood and
Either
alcohol.
dried skin or blood.
Right. Well, dried skin on its own would not be black unless it had frozen.
It's possible there's another substance that's also inside of it, but it's at the very least it definitely has dead cells. I think is what you can tell the least of. It's like at least I can say this for sure.
Damn, I should have taken a piece of his tongue.
Is it black
me a
blood of
stan-
the earth? So
Give you a what?
As you peer through the microscope, the substance suddenly moves on its own accord. Give me a sanity roll.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
glad I'm not there.
Let's see.
I remember you losing my mind.
Harry, we chose
Success.
wisely.
Yes, we did.
Is that a success?
Yes, 38 for 71. So yeah.
You get lucky and you don't lose any sanity points. You've seen some stuff before, so you're a stalwart fellow.
My God.
The black substance suddenly falls still.
Okay.
Happened only in an instant.
I take what I can and off of the what are those glass slides called?
Slides.
Oh,
Slides.
yes, I guess just slides.
just called slides?
Yeah.
I thought there was another name for them, but
There might
anyway,
be.
I take that. I take that and I wrap it up and put it back in my medicine bag, and I say, "Okay, Joe, I think we can go."
Perfect.
Can I spot hidden one more time before we leave?
Yeah, give it a try.
Nope.
Jeez.
You look around, but nothing pops up out of the ordinary to you.
Looks clear.
Okay, so cutting back to the action over at the apartment, or not the apartment, but the boarding house.
Right.
You pull up to the boarding house and you see that it's disheveled and
Oh man,
not doing so well.
Mm-hmm.
that's putting it mildly.
This totally looks like some place that somebody died in.
Now I
This
don't
is
know if we chose
known
wisely.
as let's see here. Excuse me. I
Does
believe
it
this
look
is
like this is kind of looks like a cow, or is it just me?
Yeah.
where. Oh,
Right here on the house.
yeah, I could see that. Let's see. Oops. So this is the. Just let me get the name of it. It's on the map. It's the Szymanski, I think it was called. Yeah, Szymanski's boarding house.
Mm-hmm.
I like the comic book feel of the art. I feel like we just
Yeah.
stepped into an EC comic.
I tell Harry I want to keep walking, but my feet are scared. So
I could see the Crypt Keeper, coming out of
Yeah.
hiding over here.
Yep.
hello, kitties.
I love that voice, by the way. It was so good when you did on the podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah. I was trying to get some. Yeah, here
It's
it
all
is.
worth
Okay.
the undying.
This old boarding house sits on 574 Walnut Street and is run by the widow Szymanski, who owns and operates this cramped, slightly dingy house. A second floor room is available for $75 a month, and the rooms are kept clean. The food, while simple and inexpensive, is well prepared and tasty. Mrs. Szymanski speaks with a thick Polish accent, and the majority of her boarders are Polish. Father Casimir is a frequent guest at her supper table. Mhm.
All
So
right.
yes, let me take you there now as you enter into the boarding house.
Well, I mean, at least they had a priest there.
Let me get your characters over here.
Okay.
So you'll start at the ground floor.
Okay.
Now we're huge.
Can you guys adjust your own size, or am I the only one who
I
can do
can't.
that?
I can't. I have no control over my character.
I can.
No, really?
And now there's two. Now there's two of me. Yeah.
Oh no, you don't have to control your own character. You should have said something.
No.
I must have forgot to give you access just for some reason.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think it's because I gave everyone access throughout the week, but only the ones who had joined the game early. And I forgot to do that. Sorry about that.
I can move my character, but I can't resize my character for some reason. That's weird.
So who can and cannot control their characters right now?
I cannot.
I can control my character. I just can't resize myself. So
And Slugger, you can control your own.
Are you forgetting to say "Go Go Gadget"?
Yeah.
I'm not there, so I
Oh, right, you're not here. Sorry.
I don't.
But you,
Yeah, we're meeting at the restaurant.
Steve, I just gave you access to your character, and then I'm going to take him away from you cruelly.
Yeah. Okay.
Because so it's just the people here are Dr. Jason and
No, I'm not here.
no, who's here?
Me and Doctor and
Harry
Dr.
and Anthony.
Yeah.
Dr. Broom. So yeah.
Dr. Broom. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Dr. Broom and Harry Malcolm.
Yeah,
We occasionally call Tony.
There we
That's
go.
right.
Okay. Phew.
Tony Soprano.
can't resize, but that's fine. We'll just go. We'll just go with it. It looks
Sorry.
I will
All right,
let
so-
Harry take the lead with. I'm
Yeah.
assuming Miss Szymanski or Mrs. Szymanski is there
Yeah.
at the front. So
Right. Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of approach her and say and kind of show her my credentials and say, yeah, we've been hired by the university to find out what happened to the victim, and I'll just kind of list his name. Can we-
Walter Resnick.
Yeah, Walter Resnick. Yeah. Would it be possible to look through his rooms and see if there's anything we can find?
Oh yes, it was so horrible. I can't believe when I heard he died.
When did you find out?
Well, just last night, the police came and started going through his room.
Hmm. Did they say anything, or
I
Did-
nearly fainted from all the Commotion?
Mhm. Whereas, did you notice anything strange about Resnick's behavior in the days before he died?
He was acting all manner of strange.
When can you say that this started?
Well, the thing is, in the past week, he became more and more reclusive. But that's all.
That is unusual.
What was the young student's major at the university? Do you happen to know that?
Good question.
I don't know. I do apologize.
I think that's we can get that from the good doctor.
Do you think we could see his room, ma'am?
Yes, the police did go through and they did take a number of things out, so you might not find much in there. But they did leave some sort of a chalk outline on the ground, and I
Okay,
suppose you can take a look at that if that helps you at
all right.
all.
It might. Every little bit might help. Okay. Yeah. Can you please lead us up there?
Yes. Well, as you can see, I'm in a wheelchair, so I
Oh, I'm
can't
sorry.
actually go up the stairs. I do
Yeah.
apologize for that.
Okay.
Thump,
Yeah,
thump,
I did
thump,
notice
thump,
that.
thump.
But you're more than
Okay.
welcome to show yourself around.
Okay. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Where's his room?
Just upstairs,
Yeah.
next
So
to the
Oh,
doctor's room, or just around the corner
the
from the
doctor,
doctor's room.
the doctor.
Ah, yes, the good doctor, Dr. Stanley Malkowski. He's such a kind man. He's boarded here for more than 10 years. He has a room on the on the second floor.
Okay.
is that the
Interesting.
name of the same doctor from the other place, or?
No, that was
No.
Dr. West.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
man,
Dr.
he's a
West is
native of Poland.
rather noticeable.
He works mostly in Occam's poor neighborhoods. He's got such a good soul. He
Mhm.
performs his services for free, you see.
Hmm.
Mhm.
He's
Sure, he
mhm.
does.
He's
Okay.
very protective of his community, and well, I just would hate to see anything happen to him. So please be on your best behavior.
We will, we will, we will be as kind as we can.
Thank you. If you need me, I'll be behind my desk.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Let's go up there.
Yeah.
Do, do,
Yeah.
do,
Let's
do,
check it.
do.
Well,
I think this is the room up here. So
which room? Whichever room it is. Let's-
Oh well, you can tell. I think
yeah,
There's a big newspaper there.
there's a
there's
giant
a
chalk
chalkboard.
outline on the ground.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's it.
Okay.
I'm kind of looking around.
Okay.
You see that most of the room has been cleared, and there's really no belongings left in it. They did, like I said, the chalk outline is there, but
All right. Well, I can do a spot hidden. So.
Yeah, I could try it as well, but we may have to talk to the police.
Hard success.
so you see that although most of the items in the room were taken, there are in the corners underneath the bed there are a few small glass bottles scattered all over the apartment. Or excuse me, not all over the apartment, under the scattered all underneath the bed, and a drop or two of the black liquid that you found is in these vials as well.
Okay. I think we'll go and preserve a sample of that.
It's still in liquid form?
It is.
Yeah, we need to preserve some of that for the doctor.
And so, as you guys are doing this, the next door neighbor comes out and kind of starts looking at you from in the hallway.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. We don't mean to disturb, but we've been sent here by the university to see if there's anything that maybe the police missed. Can I have your name?
Why do you need my name?
Well, if you don't prefer not to give it, that's fine too.
I don't know who
was
you
trying to be
are.
friendly. I'm Harry Malcolm. Now you do.
I don't think I want to know you. No offense. Is there
That's
something I
fair.
can help you with? Why are you going through? Why are you going through his room like that?
Well,
Resnick was his,
we're hoping to find out what happened to him. We were asked.
well. Don't make too much noise. I have a test tomorrow. I really need to study.
Okay. Did you
What
know
do you-
Resnick well?
I'd rather not talk about it if it's okay.
And then perfectly fine.
What are you studying? I'm Professor Anthony Broom from Boston University. You know, I'm always interested to hear what students are up to, especially in a prestigious university town like this.
Okay. I'm just trying to study him with my psychology skill.
Well, you see, I'm an arts major, and I'm majoring in sculpt. And starts going on about her sculpting. And the meanwhile, as you're discussing that, Harry Malcolm starts to analyze her demeanor and sees that it seems like maybe she's possibly holding back, reluctant to speak.
Were you a friend of the student that lived here, Mr. Resnick?
I like I said, I just don't want to talk about it. If you want to try and push it, give me a intimidate or persuade roll.
I'll try a
Intimidate.
persuade roll. I'm not good at it, but sure.
I could try.
Yeah, that's not totally macro.
Holy Jesus! You
Whoa.
failed the shit out of that.
I could try charm. It's a little bit better than my persuade.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. I'm probably gonna fail this bit. Yeah, that was a fail too.
Hmm.
I just
Okay,
don't
yeah.
want to intimidate her. I don't want to intimidate her. She doesn't.
You know, we're trying to get some answers from Mr. Resnick's family. You know, anything you might have known, but I was just curious. What was he studying in school? You know,
Please, you're starting to upset me. I don't like this line of questioning.
Oh
He
well.
starts to back up.
Well, good luck with your studies then.
Yeah, let's let her go.
Thanks.
Can I try and put her at ease by using my education to mention something I might know about art or sculpture that could help her or something like that? So
No, she's just too freaked out at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah. So. Oh
You'll
yeah, I
know-
was just gonna look at the pose on the chalk outline, and I want to see if there's anything I can figure from that.
Well, it looks like he
Mhm.
wasn't like sitting down or lying down. It looks like he just kind of fell sprawled onto the ground in kind of a heap, like it was sudden.
Okay.
You'll notice, Dr. Jason Myers, that we didn't shoot her. So
Actually, I'm not here. You're gonna have to tell me about that. Not be
Yeah.
As far as he knows, you're shooting up.
I didn't
the
try
place.
to intimidate her either. That it just seemed wrong.
I'm just kind of walking up and down the hallway, kind of looking around, trying to see if
Ah.
I see anything or respond.
Why, hello.
Hey.
Well, hello there. How are you
How-
today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? My name's Dr. Broom. Who are you?
Ah, yes. My name is my name is Dr. Malkowski. What a pleasure to meet another
Ah.
professional in the business,
Well,
in the
I do-
field
I've-
of medicine.
I've heard of you, but I'm not that kind of doctor. Doctor of archaeology. Nice to meet you, though. Extend my hand.
Still quite a noble endeavor in
Well, thank
looking into
you.
the past to preserve what we know and to learn from it and teach the future.
Ah, you are an educated man, sir. Educated.
Ah,
It's
indeed, I believe in the education, and I believe in the education of man. I believe that all men are equal, and it has been my life's journey to help heal the sick, no matter where they come from in our community.
Oh, most excellent. I'm a professor down in Boston, but it is I get up here on occasion. It's so interesting to be up here at this time, although it's a sad occasion. It's brought me up here. This poor boy who died down here. Did you know him?
Well, yes, you see, I didn't know him very well, but only as a neighbor. I was always friendly to him, and he was always a kind gentleman in return. However, these
Ah.
last weeks, I did notice that he seemed to be in such a sour mood. And, well, not only that, but in fact, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but Resnick was having constant nightmares. I could hear him screaming loudly when he was the only one in his room.
Did he ever describe his dreams to you?
No, I'm afraid not. I never did get the chance to speak to him. Gosh, if only I had. I wish I had given more thought to that. Perhaps he'd still be alive today.
Do you know? Do you have any? You said you knew him only as a neighbor, but what did he study at the university? Did you know it by chance, or did you not get a chance to talk about those things?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me think about that. We never spoke about it in other than in just in passing. I believe he was studying some sort of a science, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, a man of science. Uh, can I do a occult check on the nightmares and the black liquid at all to see if I come up with anything?
You wanted to do what now again? Sorry.
An occult check or an idea check on the nightmares with the black liquid, or to see if I come up with anything?
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
All right.
Oh, okay.
If he fails, I can try. All right, I'll try it.
Yikes.
Let me try.
You're rolling like you normally do, Nim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no good.
Steve's rolling even worse.
We're looking clearer.
Nightmares, you say? Nightmares. The kind of nightmares where you're screaming, almost like night terrors?
Something like that. I would say yes. That does sound right.
Ah. Well, that's...
Question: did they know about night terrors at this point?
I don't know.
I have just coined the term.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure about 1920 psychology.
Yeah.
All right.
I have now added
I think
5
Young was active at this time, though.
to my credit rating because now I'm getting...
Yes, it looks like the
terrors.
night terrors were known by 1926.
Cool.
They were first described in medical literature in the 19th century. In fact, in 1926, the American physician William Christopher Whitney published a paper in the American Journal of Psychiatry, entitled "Night Terrors in Children."
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Sweet. So you could potentially know a lot about that then.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I asked the doctor, you knew him only as a neighbor, but you're a medical doctor. Did he look ill at all? I mean, you said that he wasn't sleeping
He
well.
looked ghastly last time I saw him.
Oh,
The boy's skin was as white as snow.
really?
Looked godly unhealthy. I did tell him he should see a physician, but he didn't take my heed, apparently.
That's a shame. Do you have any idea what might have been going on with him, or you just in passing, you just looked unwell?
I imagine it had something to do with his studies, if I had to guess.
Ah. Huh. Well, you've been most helpful. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. If there's anything else, can you just let me know?
Okay. I just rolled a success on a psychology to read him.
Are you doing that with advantage?
No.
What's with the 2 sets of dice?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, well, one is for the one is for the number for the percentile.
Right, that's what I mean. You got 2 sets of 100 percentile dice there.
I don't know why it's rolling that.
Okay.
That's just how it's coming up.
All right.
I mean, I am failing stuff, so.
Right. All right.
So I was trying to read him and see if anything was unusual about him.
Mike?
Keeper?
Did we lose Mike?
Sorry, dude, I was on mute. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
So I was just saying that no, he does. You try to read him, but he does seem like a genuine person, and
Okay.
He does seem like he does.
Okay. Yeah. Just some things about his background just kind of made me ask the question. So okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the fact that he might have been studying science of some kind, I think we're gonna have to talk to Dr. Armitage about what he was
Before
studying.
he goes, actually, before he leaves, he does have one more final thing to say. He says that as you may have heard, there have been a number of recent deaths at the college, and it's gotten everyone really worried. The campus community has been thrown into a panic, you might say. As I understand, the college officials are doing everything they can to find out the cause of the trouble and to calm the students and their parents. But, well, I'm afraid that this could hurt the school's reputation. As a donor of the school, I have a high interest in making sure that doesn't happen.
Mhm.
No one wants
Yes.
to, after all, no one wants to attend class at a cursed campus.
Yeah. That is on our mind as well. We'll do our best to keep anything we find discreet.
I appreciate that.
Cursed seems to be a little extreme, doesn't it? Have there been that many occurrences up here that we would jump to cursed at this point?
Does seem
I think that was a question.
early. Oh, it was for me. Sorry.
Yeah. And
What are you asking?
I say to the
Oh,
I say cursed is a little extreme, isn't it? I mean, have there been that many occurrences that we're going to cursed now? I mean,
well, I believe there was just another death. Making that's 3 deaths in 2 weeks.
oh, certainly, but I mean, it's unfortunate. But
All
We've
all
achieved
college
serial killer
students. All
status.
3 college students.
well,
Do you know who the other victim was? I'm aware of 2.
Well, yes. Are you referring to Mr. Resnick, my neighbor, or my apologies. Oh, yes, I believe you're
Yeah.
talking about the other 2 there.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. There was the
Yes,
young
my
lady,
apologies.
and then one other.
Yes, I believe I was reading about them in the paper there. The woman's name was Mary Clausen, and I believe the boy's name was Franklin Stewart.
Okay. Right.
I believe,
Thank
if
you
I'm
very
not
much.
mistaken, they may have had some sort of. I'm not sure if they knew. Well, it's possible that they may have known Resnick. After all, they did attend classes at the same university. It's always possible. If you might ask around the university, you might find more information, perhaps.
Yeah. I think I may know the right person to ask those questions to. Thank you very much.
thanks for your help, Doctor. And I think we're going to be.
I will say before you go, one last note. I will say that both of those individuals I just mentioned were listed as dying from natural causes rather, and their
Yeah.
bodies,
Yes.
at least one of their bodies, has been shipped back to their out-of-state families.
I'm
Hmm.
guessing Dr. West.
That's probably that would be Stewart. Yeah.
Well, I think we are going to be meeting some friends of ours for dinner, but hopefully we can meet under better circumstances some other
Absolutely.
time.
Excellent. Good day.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've found what we can here.
All right.
'Cause I want to give I want to give Doc the stuff we found.
So you guys gonna meet up at the restaurant like you guys planned?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Sure.
was the idea.
We're going to bring some hazardous substances into a restaurant. So,
Yeah.
Hey, why not, right?
yeah.
We're
Yeah, I think we're gonna have
investigators.
to have we're gonna have to add a lab into the office.
That would
So we
certainly
don't have
help.
to do this. Yeah, maybe once we get some money.
Yeah. Maybe when we get the other half of this.
Yeah.
So you guys meet up at the cafe, Cafe Bell.
Oh
Cool.
my God! I've been waiting for you guys to arrive. I found some very interesting news at the laboratory.
As have we. Let's go and share our notes.
Perhaps
So you guys
we
gonna-
should head into the back, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
right.
Does he know what you mean?
I'm going to assume that I do. I figure we've known each other long enough that we probably know our cues.
Yeah.
You guys head into the diner here, or not the diner, the cafe rather.
The speakeasy behind the cafe, rather.
Yeah.
You got to have
So,
a special entrance. I think you have to know the code word for that.
Me
What is it,
Irish.
safe?
Need liquid.
Veritas and Equitas.
well, I say I find us a booth or wherever we're going to eat, and want to get some food and discuss our findings and decide what we're going to do next. So,
Let me get your
No,
characters
Vince.
over there. Sorry.
no
The
problem.
doc is literally looking for a shot here. Am I going to get one or what?
Trying to calm your nerves, Doc?
No
Yep.
drinking on the clock, Doc. Sorry.
That's a big dog.
If you had seen what I had, you'd be taking a drink too, Doctor.
Well, there's
Yeah, well, I think I may have found something that might interest you.
Doctor.
Doctor, spies like us, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, really
Mr.
though.
Wolowitz.
Guess I've ended up with a large group of doctors here and one boxer, which is honestly pretty Lovecraftian, so it kind of works.
Yep.
All right. Now everyone should be able to take
All right,
control.
yeah, Bankman, you guys are ready.
I'm going to need you to answer the question on whether or not I'm getting my drink.
You have to go talk to the bartender about that, or I mean the waitress rather.
Okay. It depends on how I play this. If I take a drink, I can calm down a little bit. All right, so I go up to the bartender there. I think I'm this guy here. Yeah. And I say, I just had a bit of excitement, and I was hoping for a little something to calm the nerves, if you know what I mean.
He gets slapped in the face.
Oh really? What kind
I
of a
could
little
have done that
something,
for
huh?
free.
I was hoping for something that maybe I could drink by moonlight.
You don't say, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. And she kind of goes to she disappears into the back room for a little bit. And she comes back out and she said, "Oh, I might be able to wet your whistle a little bit there. What can you do for me in return?"
What would you like?
Well, it's simple. I'll tell all your friends. It's as easy as that.
That I can do.
All right, and so she leads you to the back room. Let's see
All
here.
right.
Oh, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. Sorry, give me a second here. The she says, "Oh, the speakeasy is they're still working on it's under construction at the moment."
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll take a little whatever rut you got back here. Gut rut. Sorry.
You haven't drunk yet.
Oh, here we go.
I'm aware of that.
Sorry, she says, "Just give me we have a maximum capacity. Just a
Okay.
few moments, and we should have you in the back room post haste."
Okay. I go over here. I'll be back in just a few moments. Just give me a wave, and I'll come over when you're ready. All right. So I head on over to the table here.
In the meantime, some
what?
guy says, "Have you heard the latest news? The new town festival is going to be put on this year, and the first time in 10 years. Can you believe it?
No,
Fascinating stuff, if I do say so myself."
Why did they stop doing the festival?
Well, I heard there was an old death back in the day. Some old young chap died while they doing the parade, and they just shut it down ever since. Real shame, if you ask me.
That's a shame. What was his name? Do you remember?
I believe it was something like Wilbur Watley. Something like
Okay.
that. The
All right.
interesting part
Yeah, I'll just
about it,
keep. Yeah.
well, the
Hmm.
interesting part about it is he was suspected of being a witch, and the circumstances surrounding his death are quite interesting and strange.
That's neat.
Anyway, it was
It's good to see.
great
It's good that
talking to you
it's good that
all.
it wasn't. Yeah. Enjoy. Have fun at the festival.
Thank you. And he says, "You have a great day, sir." And
Yeah.
then she says, "Excuse me, the speakeasy is available now. If you'd like
Okay.
to come into the back room."
Um,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Is there room for just me, or perhaps three more?
Bring everyone. The more, the merrier.
Okay.
Sure. Why
Um,
not?
I come over to the table. I say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna need a little, a little something before
Yeah.
we get into this." And they got a room in back just for that. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to
We can
come back in,
go. Yeah. Well, somebody's got to keep me sober.
all right.
Hmm. All right. So she leads you to the back door, and then she knocks on the door 3 times in a special coded way, and a bouncer opens up the door and lets you in.
Okay.
3 pounds on the door if you want me.
You just at a game, you should know. Dr. Myers is not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't think. I didn't think he was Bjorn. I'm just kind of playing
Okay.
along.
Okay.
No, I was just trying to come up with a reason for why Malcolm would follow you, considering he doesn't drink while he's working.
I see. No, and I'm sorry, guys, for needing this, but when I explain what happened, I think you might understand.
Can I
Oh,
do
I think I understand, and I pull out the vial of the black goo that we took from the guy's bed.
Oh my God, get that out of here! Get that out of here now!
All right, I go ahead and stow it.
Can I do a history check on the
No,
name Wilbur Watts and the
that's
witch and occult stuff?
Yeah, I was
that,
going to check the library after
that's
this. For some
that's
of that.
not going to work, Malcolm. Just trust me. Go, at least put it outside for now.
Okay. Oh, all right. I'll try to find some place to stow it.
Okay. Have I gotten my drink yet?
Yeah. Sounds like you
Oh.
need it.
You see, you come inside and you see different people, of all sorts of kinds. Some look like they're probably in the mafia. You see some flappers dancing around. You see some wealthy customers, all sitting around and all having drinks and having a good time. Uh, let's see here. Let's get you guys in there.
So is there a bell I ring or I mean, do I got to wave somebody down? How does one get a drink in this establishment?
And then one of the flapper girls come up to you. Well, honey, all you have to do is ask.
Oh well, I need a shot of whiskey if you have it.
We've got moonshine, moonshine, and more moonshine.
Oh, I
This
think
is
I'll take
Harry
the third
making
kind. I
moonshine.
really like that.
One moonshine coming right up, honey.
Thank you.
Hmm. Let's see, is that everybody?
And I will conveniently pretend I didn't hear any of it.
In the back, this wealthy-looking gentleman approaches you, approached by 3 men, and he says, "Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice you into our finest establishment here. How you doing?"
I'm dying to drink this shot here.
"I bet you are. Best stuff you'll find in all this city. Isn't that right, boys?" "That's right, boss. I'm telling you, these bootleggers, they bring it in right from the source. Finest stuff you'll ever drink. Hi, my
Um,
name is Seamus Osei.
Seamus O'Shea. I see.
You don't
Fellow
say.
Irishman.
That's right. A good old Irishman. That's right. And I have something I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Yeah, see,
What's on your mind?
me and my boys, we got a problem on the streets here, and I was thinking, well, I'm looking for some people who are looking to get a little scratch on the side, who aren't afraid of getting their hands dirty.
I go ahead and drink my shot.
That wouldn't be you, would it, by any chance?
Depends on the job.
Oh yeah, wise guy here, and we got a wise guy, huh? All right, all
All right,
right.
no,
No
no,
worries.
no,
That
It's
no,
kind
all
of wise
good.
guy.
no. All right. He just simply meant that we don't we're more into paranormal investigations.
Yeah.
Paranormal. I don't know nothing about no paranormal.
Um, things outside of what you would
Weird cases.
consider normal. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe you're just the people we're looking for. You see, there's something weird going on in the streets here, and well, you are, I believe. Well, let's just say that my boss is looking for some people to work for him. You may have heard of him. His name is Luciano.
Lucky.
Lucky
Yeah.
Luciano.
And
Sorry,
That-
not
that-
Luciano. I meant to Luciano. Sorry.
yeah. You can live by reputation.
Out of game, just as a DM. That's the guy you guys met at the end of the last session.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
I remember that guy.
Yeah.
Came in.
We may have encountered in passing.
Okay, well then this makes things a lot easier. You've already halfway through the recruiting process. I like this. Well, you see, the thing is, we're what you might call a iris organization, and part of our business endeavors comes from the drug market. It's not something we like to do, but it's something we have to do. One of those necessary little evils. You know how it goes. But there's a problem. There's some sort of new drug on the street that's been knocking off our markets and cutting into our business. They've been calling it the black. And my bosses, they want control of it. If possible, they want it off the streets entirely.
Yeah. Would it happen to have been exposed to the university? Like
I wouldn't
the
doubt it.
students there?
We had a market on the university and they've been cutting into it just like that. So I wouldn't doubt it for a moment.
Do you know what kind of effects it has? What it does?
Well, I can't say for certain. You see, the boss has a strict rule against touching that stuff.
Does the black look like this? And I point to Harry.
That's
and
the
ask him
stuff.
to bring it out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
The vial.
Yeah.
That's definitely the stuff right
Dr.
there.
Myers
How'd you get a
is
hand of
shaking
it?
his head.
Yeah. I was trying to stow that stuff away, but okay.
You have any idea where it's coming from?
When
No.
you pull
Not
that
a
out,
clue.
Dr. Myers takes a couple steps backwards.
We're trying to find out ourselves, honestly. But
It may- It may have
but if
killed
we
a
find
kid.
anything interesting, we can let you know.
It may have killed a
if you
kid
hit-
at the university.
Yeah.
Harry, you don't.
Grim
Yeah,
stuff.
there are at least two
want
other
that in
people
your
that I
hand.
think it had affected.
Harry, you don't want that in your hands.
I'm not putting it in my hands. And,
You
I found
don't
a place
even
stow
want
it.
to be holding the vial. Just put the fucking thing away.
Your buddy seems to be getting a mite bit
Yeah.
jumpy there. Is he all right?
I think he needs another shot of moonshine.
I think the doc was a bit
maybe-
startled by something he found.
Maybe that was just some really good moonshine there. I apologize.
Yeah. He needed a drink after some work he did for me.
Oh my god.
If we were to look into this black problem, the black, where would we start?
Good question. You see, I really wouldn't be able to tell you. The thing is, we know that it's coming from a single source, but we haven't been able to track down. They used low-level dealers to get it around town, and from there, we don't really know where from there.
Somebody's breaking some bad.
I think I know just the female student that might be able to help us know where we could find or procure some of the black for ourselves. And I look at Harry.
Hmm.
I
You
okay
think she's
now.
involved? Yeah,
I am
it's
fully
possible.
giving Dr. Broom there a dirty look.
I think somebody's going to have to coax it out of her because you and I couldn't do it. And I
Maybe
kind of
if-
look at the doc.
Maybe if we show her the vial.
Oh my god!
And then I look at the doc and I'm like, what? What's wrong with you? It's a drug. We're trying to figure out what's going on with it.
Uh-huh.
He clearly found something really freaky about it. And he's probably right to be cautious.
Actually, he's baffled at the fact that you're just openly talking to fucking gangsters.
They know just as much as we do. And they can tell us stuff.
They can also kill us when they're done with us.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's
One of the
guaranteed.
one of the henchmen steps up.
We're facing that risk anyway, just being down here. And
One of the
drinking their
henchmen
moonshine.
steps up and says, "Look, if you do this for the boss, he'll pay you handsomely." And
Yeah,
it turns out his name is Tommy Gallo.
yeah.
I
From
don't see-
Barrels.
I mean, yeah, and we're on good terms with our boss right now.
Okay. Let me
anyone,
let me at least say this, since my compatriots are going along with this. This is a one-time job. We do not work for you beyond this. I appreciate the drink and
Sure.
you
Yeah.
letting us in your establishment here, but we are not gangsters and have no desire to become them.
We're independent contractors.
Look, we understand. There's nothing that you can't just walk away from. It's just a job, and you're not like you're
Mhm.
joining the crew or anything like that.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
Listen, you'll get a nice payday. Trust me. This will be everything you need. That's
Perhaps
right.
maybe my friends will
Austin,
work
or-
that out before they agree to work with you next time.
Yeah.
I just want to get this substance off the streets before any more kids get
Yeah.
killed.
I mean,
You find you can
they
you get
want the
us
same- we
control,
want the
or
same
you get
thing
it
they
off the
do.
streets. Whatever you can do, we will be grateful, and we will owe you. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, wait a second. I
We-
recognize you people. That's right. You're from that paranormal investigators group, aren't you? That's
Yes.
right. The boss was telling me about that. You're under investigation right now by the police. They're gonna send your ass to
upset.
jail.
Well,
Looks
They
like
can
you're in some
try.
hot water and could use a little help. Just so happens we know how to grease the wheels. Do this favor for us and we'll make it all disappear.
Just so happens I don't want any favors from you. No offense.
Well,
Hey, do
don't
it
be
your
so
way,
ha-
but from what I understand, then we're gonna be taking your case up to Salem in just a few weeks.
don't be so hasty, doctor. I mean, I've been around the world, and it helps to have friends.
yeah.
Okay. When we end up with a slash across our face and a bullet hole in our gut, you can tell me that then.
Don't say that about these fine gentlemen right here.
That's right.
I'm Irish.
They're made men.
Wasn't it your idea to come back here in the first place?
Yeah, to get a drink.
Yeah. Well, we got our drink.
That we did.
Not only are we getting a drink, we're getting a little taste now too. So
Yeah. I didn't choose the thug life. The thug life.
Maybe you
chose
have
me.
to be Irish to understand how this works. But I'm telling
Probably.
you, we're going to regret this.
Well, we might. But right now, I think our goals are aligned.
I'm too old for regret. So let's see if that female student talks when we show her the vial with the actual liquid in it, or I look at the good doctor. Is there some reason why we shouldn't be having this vial with us in the first place?
That's
Yeah, you
something
might wanna-
I would
you
like
might
to
wanna-
discuss in private.
All right. Well. Okay. I guess we go back to the office then. After
Well, I just want
I
my
don't
food.
see anywhere else we're going to have that discussion.
Yeah, and it is getting late in the afternoon.
Yeah. Let's go back to the office.
All right, so y'all head back to your office to discuss
Alright.
and plan the next
All
move.
right.
Okay.
All right, Doc. So, can you tell me what do you found that is scaring the life out of you?
Well, we've come across a couple of, I don't know how else to describe this, otherworldly creatures recently.
That we have. You saying that has something to do with this stuff?
Something like that is in that liquid. I
That
saw it
makes
move under a
sense.
microscope, and it startled me pretty bad. I feared for my sanity for a moment.
Cells move. Maybe it was
Yeah.
just something biological that was still alive in it.
Everything else around it was dead.
Yeah. Look,
Ah,
I understand that, it might have freaked you out a little bit, but let's not jump to conclusions here. But whatever it is, I mean, it's kind of a good thing, right? It's a lead.
Hold on.
It's not
You guys-
unwise. It's not unwise to be careful, though.
You guys
We don't know what
came
this is.
across one of these creatures. And last time we were on one of these adventures. And how did that turn out for you, mentally speaking?
Well, it was just, did you see a creature, or did you say you saw like a cell move?
Please follow my train of thought here. How did that turn out for you, mentally speaking?
Oh, I'm mostly better now, so.
Mostly better now. It drastically affected you because this stuff we're talking about is pure evil.
But I'm asking you what you saw. Did you see a creature in there, or did you
Not
see
wrong
a cell
about the
move?
drug being bad.
Yeah.
I'm saying that something from this, perhaps wherever these other creatures that we've come across have come from, something perhaps from there, containing some of that evil that threatens our sanity when we come across it.
That evil
Agree.
right
That
there.
drug is in that drug, and I think that perhaps that might be what is turning their tongues black. I think that's what might be making them drift away more and more and more from society. They don't even take care of themselves anymore. I think it almost sounds like an abandoning of the shell of our bodies.
I guess I'm not understanding what exactly you saw, though. I mean, you saw a creature in the liquid? Is that what you're saying?
The black substance
Yeah.
in the powder that I broke up, that I scraped off from
Right.
the guy's fingernails.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
A
So,
substance
yeah.
in that turned liquid and moved.
I would not rule out occult forces being involved in the creation of this drug. We know that this drug is already deadly, and we've seen the effects on 3 people thus far.
We can
I
also
can't rule it out.
surmise that we shouldn't let this stuff get on our skin or in our
So-
Yeah.
system at all, which is why
That
I
I
told you
that
we shouldn't
yeah
be holding
that
on to it.
Perhaps we
Well-
should look at the actual liquid then. I've got my
Yeah.
old pocket microscope here. Let's take a look at the liquid itself and see what's going on in
Alright.
a live
I'm
cell.
sure that the doctor's microscope in the office I was looking at is far better than whatever pocket microscope you have there. But
Right.
here is the substance. You can look at it.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah,
mean
I'm-
the
I'm more
liquid,
than willing to hand it over because I don't want it.
the undried sample. Let's look at the liquid and see what's going on. See if we
Okay.
can see anything alive in it.
So,
Also- We might want to think about finding something to contain the stuff in.
well, it's in a vial right now, isn't
You
it?
guys have,
Yeah. You think
in
it's
a
going to
little
jump out of
vial.
the vial?
It moved.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're analyzing it under the mic. What are you guys doing again? Sorry.
I wanted to look at the liquid under the pocket microscope.
Okay. Give me a successful science, biology, chemistry, or pharmacy roll.
I don't have any of those. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you look at it and under the microscope nonetheless, from a layman's perspective, and the it looks like some sort of organic matter to you, but it's not moving. There is no movement as far as you can tell.
See, I see, Doctor. I'm looking. I see, biological matter here. I see cells, and it's making up some biological structure. Now, granted, this is not the greatest microscope in the world here, but and don't get me wrong. if you saw it move, I believe you move. And I'm seeing movement here because it's biological, but I'm just seeing normal movement. So I don't, I'm not sure what we're talking about here. So
Brownie in motion.
God, I want to make an X-Files reference right now.
Oh, yeah, I think I've got a plan.
Okay, Slugger Joe, let's hear it.
Let's go find the most tweaked out looking student and see if he can hook us up with some black.
hey, that's a great idea.
Okay.
Drug dealers.
I'm fairly certain that anyone taking a look at me is not going to sell us drugs.
Well, we also met a young female student in the boarding house who was very nervous about what was going on, and for some reason, I have the impression that she may have been friends with the late Mr. Resnick, and she may know more about this substance than we were letting on, since we really didn't know to question her about it in the first place.
I will also not rule out the possibility that this stuff was engineered on campus by somebody knowledgeable in those things.
Did you guys tell us about talking to Dr. Malkowski?
Yeah, we told you everything about what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. You said that the other bodies of Mary Clausen and Franklin Stewart. He said that they were, and I'm using quotations here, died of natural causes. I'm wondering if Dr. West happened to do their autopsies as well.
I was suspecting the same thing.
Yes, I believe he confirmed to you as much.
Yeah. I suspect that Dr. West is knows more than what he's saying.
It would seem so. He at least, if he's not complicit, he does at least know something more. You're right. Otherwise, I mean, I looked at what he'd teared the body open, looked at all the organs. He'd been doing all the stuff I did and didn't come across the very simple bit of residue. And I just don't see how a medical doctor could do that in an autopsy.
Plus, he seemed very interested in other experiments. Like, he was more interested in those than what he was supposed to be doing.
Yes. I suppose that could have been it.
I kind of pause for a second and thought comes to me, and I said, do you have a rat problem around here at all? Are there rats around here?
I hear there are rats in the walls.
Hey, do you think we could catch a rat out back in the basement or something like that? I'm gonna give that a shot and see if maybe Slugger Joe can help me with that. So
going to do a little test on the rat, are we?
Yeah.
Oh God.
You want me to track down a rat?
Yeah.
Wait, can we first get a cage for said rat?
Yes.
Yes.
We're doing animal experimentations. I don't feel too much different than Dr. West.
It's the 1920s. Yes, this is what we do. So.
Would you rather a canary?
Looks like you guys might have a lab
rats
on
and
the right.
canaries sing in a gangster setting.
So I'm going to try and see if I can either purchase a rat in a cage or purchase the cage separately and find a rat or something. But
yes,
Aries kind of used to like having underworld contacts and having to,
I imagine that's
get
$10.
information from them from time to time.
What'd you say, Mike?
Yeah, I was saying I think that would be under $10, so that can be within your spending limit. I don't think you need to mark that one.
Okay.
For a rat.
So I come back with the rat in the cage and I go, well,
a hypodermic needle, perhaps.
Despite all of my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
Yes. Well,
right.
I would love to do the hypodermic needle, doctor, but I think maybe the first thing we should do is test the hypothesis of just having it touch the skin of a subject. So maybe pour a drop on the rat first. So
it's a good idea.
Let me get my monster manual real quick. I'm gonna grab my rat's page.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
This. Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna like what we're doing.
Slugger Joe, prepare your fist. So.
I'm preparing my gun.
You want me to punch A rat?
If that rat mutates and grows out of the cage, then yes.
Things I signed up for.
This is technically animal cruelty.
Here we go. Rats. Okay. Fun.
I got a feeling we're going to be hearing about this later. You remember that time you all made me punch a rat?
All right. So what are you guys gonna do with the rat?
Well, the first thing we're gonna do, I think, is just pour a little bit of this black substance on the rat and observe the rat, see what happens.
Okay. So you're just putting it on the rat?
Yes, not in the rat, on the rat at the moment. So
Trying
You
to
put
test
on-
my theory of whether or not it should be put on the skin.
You put a few drops on the skin, and the mouse kind of, or the rat kind of like makes some squeaky noises and stuff, and just kind of runs around in the cage. But after a few minutes, it appears that there's no effect on the rat.
okay. Who wants to inject the rat? I'll inject the rat if nobody else wants to.
I'm leaving that to you mad scientists.
Okay. Well, hold on to your ass, everybody. So
I'm just here to shoot it if it becomes a monster. That's
I
it.
put a little bit in a syringe and try and inject it into the rat. So and then step back and observe.
Dr. Myers firmly has a hand on each cheek.
And sorry, where did you injected it? You said.
Yeah.
Hold
So
on to your
you
butts.
see the it goes into the vein, and then all of a sudden the rat's body seizes up on itself, and it starts its eyes start blinking in rapid succession, like really 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 fast, and it started making all these little weird noises, and the eyes just keep blinking.
I think he
And-
likes it, Mikey.
And then let's see, and then yeah, so the little it's flashing and starts seizing, and all of a sudden it stops, and the rat sees it, just stops moving altogether, and it just falls dead to the floor.
Well, it looks like we found natural moss is my ass.
I tried to
And then I punch it.
hold on before you
He
punch it, hold on. I'd like to open up its little rat mouth and see if its tongue is black.
Yeah, you open up the mouth, and the tongue has turned black.
Yeah. So there's no way Dr. West would not have known that. He had to have known exactly what caused this.
Well, I hate to be the devil's advocate here, but the doctor may be just punting, from that new sport that they're taking off for rugby. I prefer rugby, but they're calling it football now. But he may be punting and just trying to say that it's natural causes because he can't figure out anything else, But
I do believe those were his exact words.
yes, but it's interesting. If the doctor is willing to do it, I'll assist him. I'm not eager to do it, but maybe we could cut open this rat and look at the organs and stuff ourselves and get a better look to see if anything else is affected. This is very strange.
You can do that. I guess in the meantime, I could
I would
do
be willing to do that.
in the meantime, I really kind of want to do some research.
Yeah, we should
Give me
probably
an
also.
occult or a Cthulhu roll.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, give me an occult or a Cthulhu roll.
Okay,
Who?
I will give you
Anyone,
a vote roll.
anyone who's there.
I guess I could. I guess I could try.
I have a bit of occult.
Yeah.
I passed my occult roll.
Who all passed? Okay.
I did not.
Just you. Just them.
Just me so far, Nim. So
Okay, so yeah, you peer into the creature's dead eyes, and using your past knowledge from occult references and books that you've read throughout many different countries and different religions and all sorts of different things, it almost looks to you like what you've seen described as the soul leaving the body.
I kind of step back for a moment and go, I've seen an effect like this before, although never. Well, I don't know, but it's almost like the soul's left the body, like the spirit travel that you might see in certain Native American tribes or anything. But usually that doesn't involve death. But
I had
this
mentioned
is
before that Mr. Walter seemed to. My impression was that he had left the shell of his body. So it's interesting that you would come across that.
So I need to punch the rat in the soul now.
If you're
I,
Bruce Lee, sure.
I just I'm putting this together in my mind. I do not know if I'm reaching here or not. These creatures we've been coming across are otherworldly. We can agree on that. If this substance is in fact from them, from this other world or wherever that is these creatures come from, perhaps this black drug makes the soul go to this other world.
well, I'm no theologian, but it occurs to me that when you die, the soul generally is perceived as leaving the body altogether in the first place. But this
Yes,
is
but
something.
with the gradual decline of the person, how they seem to slowly kind of step away from society and even acknowledgement of their own bodies. It
Oh
seems
God,
like
epic failure.
like the picture I got in my mind is of a soul being siphoned out of the body over a period of time.
That's not uncommon in drug use as well, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Either way, this is
Yeah.
not a good substance. We need to figure out who is putting it on the streets, what it's and then if it's involved with something more otherworldly,
Yeah.
as we suspect, well, we need to get to the
Yeah,
bottom of that as
we need to
well.
find Heisenberg and put him out of business.
Oh, that's funny. That's what you meant by Breaking Bad earlier.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Meanwhile, I'd
Uh,
suggest that nobody shoot this stuff up for fun. So, by the way, Doctor, did the good Dr. West look at the brain by any chance? Was there any changes in the brain of the subject?
It looked to me, it did not look to me as if there was that he opened the cranium at all. It looked like he had just looked at the internal organs in the torso.
I kind of like looked dubiously at the rat. I was like, oh, there's not a lot of brain there, but if we did look at the brain of the rat, would you even be able to notice if there was something different there? I mean, I'm not a veterinarian, but
We need the brain specialist.
yeah.
I think that I mean I've done my share of dissections in the past. I think that I could probably at least give you a good idea.
Mm.
So I tend to cut open where the brat's brain is and cut around the cranium there and pop the top of the skull up.
I'm gonna need
This
a
is
medicine check for that.
this is me wishing there was biohazard level 4 in the 1920s. So.
Hard success.
So, and you said you cut the creature's brain open, right?
No.
I'm sorry.
No,
Sorry,
no.
go back. I must have misheard you. Sorry.
I peeled the skin away,
Ooh.
then I cut the skull, peeled the skull away, and now I
Uh-huh.
am looking at the brain inside the cranium.
Okay, so you're not cutting into the brain. You're observing the brain.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing what you would do with an autopsy on a human, but on a rat.
Definitely. So you cut into the flesh and the skull, and you peel it away to reveal the tiny little mouse brain, or the tiny little rat brain underneath. And
Gotta
you
get
observe, and you
inside
look at,
rat
and
minds.
you look like it
Sorry.
looks like something like black, some sort of black decay has started to form in the brain, centered around the hippocampus. And as you know, the hippocampus, as a doctor, you know that the hippocampus is involved in dreaming, and you feel like that maybe right before it died, it had been induced into a vivid dreamlike or trance-like state momentarily.
That would line up with the night terrors.
Wow, I threw a Hail Mary and scored a touchdown on that one.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
I'm assuming that is, and I kind of point if I can see the blackness, that is not normal.
No. This this is interesting that both the brain and the tongue would turn black like this. That I find that I find that very interesting, and I wonder if there was not perhaps maybe some waking dreaming as well with this area being, I mean, obviously so corrupted like this.
Can I ask your medical opinion on something, Doc?
Sure.
I've never been involved in a post-mortem, but would a normal doctor who is performing an autopsy on somebody to determine cause of death be able to miss something like this in a human brain?
No, in fact, as I pointed out, they didn't even open the cranium in his autopsy that I saw, which means that he's deliberately leaving out parts of a normal autopsy.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's clearly covering up.
Doctors. No offense, doctor,
Yeah.
since I'm a doctor as well, but doctors aren't high on my list of trustworthy people at this point. I'm going to stick with boxers and detectives, so I'm going to step over here.
Well, I appreciate that.
And one doctor.
Yes,
Excuse me?
well,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not all
You're
medical
the-
doctors
you're-
are Dr.
yeah,
Webb.
the nice ones. The nice ones.
Yes. Yes. Instead of Dr. Myers, you may call me the nice one.
that sounds kind of an evil name right there. You know, like the quiet ones and
The kindly ones.
yeah, the kindly ones. Those names are never good. So, all
Nope.
right,
I'm missing a toe.
yeah. Well, it's late. I'm kind of tired, but at the same time, it seems like we need to do something immediately. But I guess there's no point in us working ourselves so that we miss something because we're exhausted as well. So I'm not sure what our next step should be.
I
Well,
have
we
a
can
plan.
sleep on it.
have an idea for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It would seem that what we need to do is track down the source of this new drug, the black.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's going to be well, rather uncomfortable for me, but I think it might involve some violence. We're gonna have to do some questioning.
I
We're
already
going to
got a
have
plan
to-
for this.
Well, Slugger
Oh,
Joe had a
thank
great
God.
plan. Yeah. We're gonna go find a
Right.
tweaked out kid, right?
Oh,
The
I thought
tweaked
that's
out
why
kid.
I thought that's why we did this to the rat, so we didn't have to do it to a person.
Well, we're gonna tell the kid we want to score some blood.
Yeah, I don't think
We
they're.
need to find-
guys-
we need to find out where the source of it is and who's making it.
Right? Okay. I think that should definitely be our next move, and I
Yeah.
think
So
that
we
I
have to-
should
yeah,
not
we have
be
to find
there
the trail.
when you guys try to buy the drugs.
And that's where the violence comes in, because when we get to the drug users,
Mhm.
Slugger Joe's going to convince him.
Yeah. I think it should be Slugger because I look too much like a cop.
Yeah, and
Well,
well,
Just like I convinced
I
that
don't
rat.
exactly look
Yeah.
like one of those, underground people.
There is a let's see. Yeah, there's a disguise skill. I don't think anyone has a great.
I do have it.
Well,
but
I'm
it's
not going
like
in
not-
disguised. I'm using all the
Yeah.
fame.
It's at
Oh,
a
okay.
25 though, so I may very well fail it.
You'll
If I
probably get a
fail,
lot of.
I'll just forget it.
Slugger's probably got a lot of fans at the college, so you
Okay.
might have an advantage there.
I could try.
Slugger's gonna be strutting in like, "That's right, I can knock you the fuck out."
Yeah, I failed my roll, so yeah.
Mhm.
There's I don't find a good disguise.
Oh man, 53.
Yeah.
That's a pretty severe fail on a 25.
Yeah. I have
Dr.
a 1 in
Broom's a
4
college-
chance of getting it.
Dr. Broom's a college professor. He's always down for a little experimentation. So, you know.
All right. So in the morning then?
Nighttime's the time to party.
The nighttime is the right time.
Might need to
Yeah,
refresh your
right.
screen.
Right.
But,
Actually, you may be onto something there. I mean,
Yeah,
it might be
I got
worth checking. Yeah, it might be worth checking like what's going on in the nightlife.
The doctor here had suggested that he was tired and perhaps needed to rest.
Well,
Yeah.
I did, but I think it's more urgent that we get to the bottom of this as quickly as possible. So,
Yeah.
Well, I got
I
a
would
few
say,
more hours than me, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I can cover you guys. I can, but I don't think I should get too close to the situation.
there's
Hmm,
swamp sounds
interesting.
in Arkham.
My goodness, they need to do something about that.
Yes.
I gotta say that the city looks pretty at night.
feel like I'm,
Yeah.
I'm back in the Amazon again.
So we're going back to the campus where we saw all the
Sure.
kids with all the pale skin and
Yeah. Okay.
Are you guys gonna wait till morning or going out at
we're
night?
going now.
No, we're going
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right
because it's more likely that they'll be doing business now.
I made extra strong coffee this morning, so I'm doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
You should be. You had some of the coffee I made this morning.
I did. It was good.
Okay. Let's take you guys to.
So I need to. Yeah, you guys do what you're gonna do.
Man, all the tweakers are out.
Looks like a time traveler from Star Trek as well as on this bench.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy, and they're huge too. They're
There's a
giant.
red
right.
shirt. There's a red shirt over there.
Who's
Yeah.
all here again? Slugger, I think it should be here too, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me grab a Slugger.
We
I'm
ain't
just
going
gonna
around tweakers
stand.
without Slugger Joe to protect us. Are you crazy?
Let me see if I can try this.
Where am I?
No, that doesn't work either. Okay.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
that no one's freaked out that a giant
Yeah.
talking bulldog is walking around. So,
Yeah.
sanity check for that.
Actually,
Okay,
I'll leave
so
Lacey
The
as a
first furry.
You see a few people standing around talking, and they also seem to be of the ashen skinned, sunken eyed variety.
I'm looking for the most ashen skin sunken variety.
Oh, I'm trying to pretend like I don't know anything about this.
I'm just kind of looking like in the general direction of the library, trying to act natural.
Damn it.
Act natural. That's the worst thing you could do. When you're trying to act natural, you never look natural. So,
Yeah, I'm attempting to act natural. Not a good actor. I'm humming, kind of looking around.
A girl walks into the courtyard and kind of stares at you like, "What the heck?"
Oh, hi.
Is she the most
Never mind me.
No, she doesn't.
ashen?
No, she doesn't look very ashy, actually.
Well, I'm looking. I just did a spot hidden for the most ashy, sunken-eyed looking.
These two guys look very
Alright,
ashy.
I'm
and
gonna
sunken-eyed.
walk over there.
they look ashy. They need to put some lotion on.
They need some lotion, yeah.
Either that or
Ashley.
they've been doing an ancient Jewish mourning ritual.
Man, I'm getting
Oh,
away.
God.
I'm getting away from the ag natural people over here. I'm going with Slugger Joe.
I can't
Yeah.
move my. I can't
Well,
move my token.
I can't move my character either.
They're cramping my style.
Hey, and then they kind of see you guys approaching, and their conversation dies down. One of them turns to you. Hey, what's up?
Hey, you
Everybody-
know who I am?
Everybody else can't move
Oh,
their character,
wow.
Mike. So
Aren't you Slugger Joe?
I can't.
That's right.
Dude, look at this.
Need a bit of a favor if you can be discreet.
Wasn't that something, man? I never thought we'd see Slugger Joe on campus. What can we do for you, buddy?
I I heard about this new stuff called black. Was wondering if either of you could help me get some. And
I know what it is, but
I'd
I'll
be
only tell if you pay me $20.
well. I was thinking more along the lines of wetting your beak with some of the proceeds.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like I said, wet my beak with a nice little 20, and I think we might have something for you.
All right. How
Um,
about 15 and an autograph?
Give me a persuade roll.
did the woman who came in happen to notice me when I said hi?
Yeah, she did. She
Awesome,
just
Chris.
kind of.
Oh
She
God.
didn't say anything back though.
Okay.
I'm not very persuasive. All right, so I pay him the $20.
Yeah. And okay, thank you. That's you're mighty fine there, sir. Slugger Joe's more generous than I would have thought, and he puts the money in his pocket there. Appreciate it,
I'm in a
friend.
good mood today.
And so, well, let's see, where should I begin? You want to know about the black, huh? Well,
Yeah, where can I get some of that black stuff?
well, that's the thing. It makes you see crazy things, but real things that happened long ago, or far away, or haven't even happened yet. Sometimes the things are scary, but it makes you feel like a god.
That sounds like my kind of thing.
That sounds pretty amazing.
And
It
a certain
is.
doctor suggested waking dreams a few minutes ago.
We were just actually talking about the last experience that we had.
I had a little too much LDS.
So, where can we find some?
Nice.
Well,
Take me to your dealer.
Outstanding.
Actually, I'm the
I can't
doctor's
tell
getting
you.
a little bit of an idea here.
Oh yeah.
When you guys are done, I'd like to do something.
Okay. So he goes. Well, the thing is, I can't really tell you that.
So why did I give you $20?
Well, you asked what I knew about the black. I mean, I told you what I know about the black.
No, I said I want to get some black, and you said you were going to help me.
What if I get you some
What
black?
if I decided that I am getting very tired of this conversation?
Look, calm down, buddy. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to score some black. Very simple.
Well, I can go get you some. I can bring it back to you, but I can't tell you who sold it to me if that's what you're asking about.
Then go get it.
It'll take some time. I mean, I don't know when he the thing is, he showed.
I
Thing
point
is,
at
the
his
guy.
friend. He stays here. You go get it.
And he goes, "Look, we only know is that the guy comes through every so often, and we meet him here in the courtyard. If he's not here tonight, he might be back tomorrow night. I don't know. He doesn't ever come on a regular schedule."
I whisper to Harry over here.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should go talk to the woman who isn't all tore up with drugs.
Yeah, then that might not be a bad idea. But I'm also thinking that maybe a stakeout of this place might be a good idea too.
I'm just gonna hang out with these guys, and I'll let you guys do
Give me
your
a
thing.
spot hidden roll.
I'm me.
All right.
Anyone who's saying
Nope.
I'll do it.
My failures continue. There you go.
Extreme success.
Nice. Dr. Harry Malcolm is an observant bastard.
I got a success as well. So.
Harry Malcolm. Okay, you said let's see.
Dr. Broom also succeeded.
Anthony, yes, Dr. Broom. Yes. Okay, so you both, as you guys are, having this conversation, you're observing the two standing there. These college students appear much like Resnick's, Resnick before his death, rather. Thin, jittery, and quick to anger, with ashen complexion and dark bags under their eyes. You can see that each has a tongue in varying degrees of blackness.
Hmm.
By the way, since you were already aware of the black tongue effect, you get a bonus die on your next roll. Everyone who succeeded on that gets a bonus die on their next roll. So if you can mark that down.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and you guys need to be marking your. If you get a success on one, don't
Oh, yeah.
forget to mark it on your
Yeah.
sheet.
Yeah. I've been doing that.
Good point. Yeah.
True.
In a couple instances, everyone here is a doctor, or the three doctors here. Since you're used to being around addicts, you recognize this as the signs of addiction.
Can
And I
finish
elbow
talking
one
to
of the
Eerie?
guys that I'm next to. Is that him?
Yeah. Just kind of make a small nod.
What's that?
They said the guy comes around, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
elbowing. Is that him?
Who?
The guy that you get the black from?
And they say, point him out for us, would you?
And
Over where?
I just pointed him out.
Do it again.
The two guys that they were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Oh.
pointing. Yeah, is that?
Wait, who are you asking?
Yeah. So the two guys, the guy gave $20 to. I'm still standing next to him, right?
Yeah.
So I can
No,
elbow.
that's Harry and the doctor. The two you're supposed to be talking.
Yeah. I can't. I have no
guys
control
over
over my
here.
character, so I can't move him.
Yeah, I can't.
You
yeah.
should now, Steve. I believe I
There
fixed
you
it
go.
for
Thank
you.
you. No, I
Oh,
still
wait.
can't move him.
Okay, sorry.
So I don't
Do it
see
again.
those guys.
Now I can-
Okay, I see
thank
what
you.
you're saying. I don't see those guys.
I don't know why he keeps doing that.
And
So-
this over here is the woman that wasn't tweaked out, right?
Mhm.
Yes. And I'm trying to convince Harry that she might be an important person on this board right now, and that perhaps
might be.
talking to
Yeah,
her is a good idea.
Yeah, I would say go and talk to her.
I
I just don't. She's going to connect me with the visit the other day. She knows who I'm working for. She doesn't know you.
Oh, you've met her before?
Yeah, the other night.
Oh, well then I guess you would probably already know.
We met her.
Yeah.
I don't remember meeting
yeah,
her.
wasn't it the woman that we talked to in the place?
Oh, no, not the woman from the
Okay,
the apartment.
Okay,
No.
then I don't. Okay, then I'm wrong. I'll walk all that back.
I'm just thinking. You look a little bit on the younger side than I do.
Yeah.
Perhaps you might have better luck with her than, say, a squealy-looking old man.
All right. Yeah. So let me kind of look her over. Try to read her first.
She seems like actually, let me get a psychology or psychology.
Yeah,
would
I
be
was
good.
gonna roll psychology. I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, that didn't work.
I can try that too.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have much of it, but I can give it a shot.
Yeah, you can try.
Nope, I failed as well.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. So yeah. So.
She lights up a cigarette and starts smoking.
All right. I'm just thinking, like, what's the best way to approach her?
How about you ask her for a cigarette?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could.
Well, that's a really easy way to approach people you don't necessarily know
Yeah.
without sounding too offensive or anything.
Yeah.
Good evening, she says to you.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting here for a
happened-
friend. What brings you out this late at night?
Well, I was just looking for a cigarette. You wouldn't happen to have a spare, would you?
Sure, and she gets that one. You can bum one off me.
Okay. Yeah, so I go ahead and
Need a light?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So it's
There are not too many nice open spaces where I can have a smoking piece, you know.
Tell me about it. The campus security is so uptight about everything.
Oh,
Have you heard
what's
about the
happened
murders that have been
that's
going on
gotten that?
lately?
What's got them all in a hurry?
Well, all these kids keep dying. I don't know what's going on. They haven't really
Hmm.
figured out what it is yet, but some of me and my friends think it's a serial killer.
Serial killer?
Yeah, don't you know they've been talking about them? Oh no, wait, let's see. I'm sorry, not a serial killer. That isn't invented yet.
Multiple
I meant
murderer.
to say. A multiple, yeah. There's some sort of killer going around. Haven't you heard? Me and my friends are thinking that it's the same person. I think it must be a university student.
Hmm. That's interesting. Hmm. Can't say I've heard that story before, but I'm kind of interested now. Do
Well,
you
it's
know who
pretty
might?
fascinating.
Yeah. Do you know who might know anything about it, or where I could find out more?
Not really. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Hmm. Yeah, I appreciate it in this thing. Yeah.
Oh
Does
God, I
anybody
hate
have?
those black users over there. It's just so disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, how
Can
long
you
have they
believe it?
been lurking around here?
Oh, the last couple months they've been popping up all over university. It seems like everybody's using it these days.
Yeah, I've
And you
heard
know
it's
what? I have to say, I think Paul Rogers is probably behind it. That
Paul
dirty
Rogers.
little kid is always getting into trouble.
Yeah, Paul Rogers.
Oh yeah, don't you know Paul Rogers? He was a one-time student, but he got kicked out of the college a year ago. He still comes by the
Oh,
campus from time to time and hangs out with
yeah.
some of the students. It's kind of creepy if ask me.
Hmm. Yeah. I, hmm. Yeah. What have you heard about Dr. West?
Oh, hmm. I think he's one of the new faculty members. He was a previous student here, I believe.
Mhm. Hmm. Ah, so he kind of knows the students around here.
That's right. In fact, I believe he's working in the School of Medicine at this time as the
Hmm.
official medical examiner for Arkham for
Yeah.
the city of Arkham.
So I've heard. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hey, stay away from that stuff. It's really bad. You don't want to get into it. I
I
had a friend
definitely
and they
don't.
got addicted to it, and I haven't talked to him ever since.
Yeah,
You don't mess with that stuff.
the smoke is about as black as I care to go right now. But thank you.
Hold on. So, are you going to come over and tell me what she said?
Yeah, I go
Hmm.
over to I go over and tell her what she told me. Yeah.
It's interesting.
It,
Paul Rogers is the head
yeah.
medical examiner over there. I wonder
No,
then.
no, that's Dr. West. That's Dr. West.
I don't know anything about that. I've never heard that name before.
Hmm.
No, I'm talking to Harry.
I know, but oh wait, aren't you over
You
near
just
Slugger?
No, I
no.
moved
I'm
out of the
standing
way.
over here by the tree. I'm right
Oh
here.
my bad. I thought you were over near
Yeah, I
Slugger.
went back over to him and told him what I heard.
So it's interesting that this guy says that Paul Rogers is the head medical examiner over there.
No, that's Dr. West.
Right, but
Who's on
that's not
first?
what
Who's
you
on
said,
second?
is it?
Yeah. I'm trying. Yeah, we don't have a concrete connection between West and Rogers. I asked her about West, kind of hoping that maybe she knew of a connection.
What if
But
West is there temporarily, or not?
um,
Maybe that's we're already suspicious of West, and now we have
yeah,
somebody saying that he is not the head medical examiner there, and yet he was the one doing the autopsying the body.
I
I
thought
gotta assume at a university,
I
a
thought you
person.
said that Paul Rogers was a former student that dropped out.
Rogers was a former student, but West was the one who was the medical examiner.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got confused.
Yeah. Okay.
So it sounds like we need to track down Paul Rogers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually kind of thinking we should get in touch with Armitage because he seems to know a lot of the players a lot more than we do. maybe he might have some concrete connections that we can form between the players involved.
Might be a good time to let them know what we've come across,
Yeah.
what we know.
Yeah, I
maybe
think so.
See if that could lead us anywhere else. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and plus there's stuff in the library that's probably worth checking into as well.
Hold on, we got a guy approaching us over here.
Mm-hmm.
He
Good
appears to be
evening,
holding
sir.
a stick of some sort. Oh shit!
Hi,
Well-
sorry to bother you. I'm with campus security. I just wanted to check in with you. I don't recognize you as one of the students around here, is all.
Yeah. Yeah, I
was-
just flashed. I flashed in my PI badge and said, "I'm here at the request of Dr. Armitage." It's
I
okay.
was admiring your trees
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I see. Thing is, it's really only supposed to be students on campus right now. You understand with all the things going on.
Yeah. We were just.
You understand you shouldn't have such beautiful trees on your campus if we're not allowed to come see them, right?
Well, I mean, they are beautiful trees. Let me get a fast talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, where is it? I don't fast talk. There it is. Oh, I'm gonna fail the fuck out of this. I'm more trying to joke with him and to maybe
Mhm.
to make this go by a little easier.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Did it? Was it a success? I think it worked.
Oh,
didn't it?
I failed the hell out of
Oh,
that.
did you?
I
Okay,
needed
yeah.
to go below a
Yeah,
5.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
There's plenty of trees all over Arkham. Go find somewhere else.
All right. I was just trying to be friendly, sir. We'll leave.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah, we were just about to leave anyway. We can just go to the library. It's fine.
Maybe you should learn how to take a joke. All right. So are we going back to the office?
I thought we were going to head to the library.
Oh, the library? Okay. Is
Yeah,
the library
it's-
open at this time? Or they close it?
That's a good question. We can find out. If not, we go back to the office.
Ask the students.
Usually they'll say on the door.
Okay.
If I knew about Paul Rogers, I think we would ask the two tweakers here about Paul Rogers too. So maybe
okay.
Slugger Joe would talk to them those.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Better-
I don't think I can tell you guys without drawing attention to ourselves. So,
rapport.
yeah.
Plus,
I'm not
we have
serious.
we do need to get going. We have a guard here staring at my bum.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yes. You head over to the library, and the doors are locked.
Okay.
But let's see what will you do?
The library.
Yes,
I guess it's locked.
Mm-hmm.
Well then,
I guess we can. We'll come back tomorrow. Then we can just head back to the car.
Yep.
What do you say? What do you say we call up Armitage back when we get back to the office and see if he can meet us in the morning?
That's fine.
Okay.
He says,
Yeah.
let me get a luck roll.
Okay.
I can try that.
From who?
That's not great.
Anybody?
Everybody?
Can do- yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I succeeded.
Extreme success.
Absolute failure. All right.
Little whammy comes across the screen.
So you're able to, as you decide, like, hey, I guess we'll just have to try again tomorrow. Just as you're about to leave, the door creaks open, the old door, and none other who it is but Dr. Armitage himself.
It's just the man we were hoping to talk to. Do you have a minute, sir?
Yes, I thought I heard someone out there. You see, I'm in here burning the midnight oil almost every night. I am a bachelor after all.
It's the only way to live.
Come on in, my dear fellows.
Yes.
Welcome to my abode. By the way, I think the map's upside down. I'm trying to fix it right now.
All right, no problem.
But this, he introduces it to you on the first floor. Let me get your characters in there after I get the map up.
Actually, from years of writing on my pants, I can read upside down.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah. So, well, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wait. Oh, no.
There you go.
Huh. I don't get it, but okay.
There's a
Well,
giant head in the library. Ah,
Alright,
run for your lives.
is that good? No.
Yeah.
he looks like
Alright.
the not famous Sanders, the younger brother of Colonel
Yes.
Sanders.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Sanders?
Yep, there you go. The
What's the
descendant
man-
of Lieutenant Dan.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
Nobody calls
Whoa.
me chicken.
That's
Holy
right.
shit, he's huge. That's crazy.
What do you call that,
And-
Dr. Myers? We call it Mr. Coffee, sir. So. All right, enough movie jokes.
That would if we're on the other podcast, you'd be getting bonuses a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Inspiration
Yeah.
points and stuff.
Got to figure out a way to implement that. Maybe there could be like a horror anytime you reference a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Good God, man.
Giants among us.
I did feel very manly there for a minute. Oh my God, he's sitting on my head. There we go.
Oh, man. The scales amongst these maps are varied, to say the least.
All right.
And the giant head of Dr. Armitage floats.
It's like
The big giant head.
oh my gosh, Jarrell's head.
I am the great and powerful Wizard of Oz.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right.
All right.
Good God, man.
He says, "Welcome to my humble abode. You see, this is my domain. Within these humble walls lies history beyond measure. In fact, there's more than meets the eye here. In fact, I have a private collection here, all to myself, with some of the most rare and interesting tomes that I've collected throughout my travels."
Do you happen to have any books on the occult?
Sorry, you were a little quiet there.
Sorry, I was sitting on my couch that my neck is killing me.
Oh, sorry, dude. If you want to take it back, that's definitely okay.
I asked him if he had any books on the occult.
Okay. He says, yes, I have quite a few, in fact. Quite a few indeed. Though I'm not sure you're ready for those.
Oh, I'm ready.
What? No, you have ready.
I was born
Well.
ready.
Well, counts a little
Well,
like keep on
if
who is to be
you-
trained.
If you help us with this little assignment and help us discover what's
Yeah.
going on with these student deaths, I think maybe we could come to an arrangement to let you see my private collection.
Okay. Well,
Really?
we did make some progress. We do believe that there is a drug being manufactured and sold to these children, and then we think that it involves something unnatural.
Interesting. What kind of a natural source do you suspect?
I'll look to the doctor and ask him to explain it.
All right, here comes that pseudo horror movie reference. Listen, Dr. Armitage, since I've been with these folks here in the Arkham Asylum or the Arkham PI, I have seen some shit that would make you turn
Turn
white.
you white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough,
Imagine
good sir.
normal number of student deaths in a college like this is this Twinkie. Now imagine a Twinkie 25 feet
When you say a Twinkie, what exactly do you mean, good sir?
Well, that's another name we have for Twinkies are what we call people that use drugs, sir. So
I see. You see, I'm not
opposed
familiar
to
with that
Twinks.
sort of language, of
yeah,
course.
well,
Yeah.
I don't debase
we,
myself
yeah.
with drugs.
Yeah, and we did find a sample of it of this drug at the scene of Resnick's death, and we tested it on a rat, and it showed very similar symptoms.
Don't forget that it moved under a microscope.
Yeah, yes, the doctor believes that it moved under a microscope.
Believes I saw it.
I believe he saw it. I was not there. I did not see it.
I have to say, Mike's talking from the couch is giving me a very 1920s audio vibe there. It sounds like very authentic.
It does a little bit. Yeah.
Perfect.
Mike, say wackadoo for me real quick.
Yeah. At this point, we're trying to find out, where the drug is coming from, who on campus, might be delivering these things, and how it's being distributed.
And you feel that you might be able to find something, perhaps in my library, that could help you?
Well, we were hoping, I think there's something that I kind of wanted to check out as a hunch. But what I'm mainly looking for is some enlightenment from somebody who knows these people on campus, that would give us, some direction to go with. For instance, have you heard of a man named Paul Rogers?
Yes, he was a student of mine, actually, but he wasn't very good, and he did drop out, I believe, about a year ago.
Yeah, I've heard people mention him in connection with the Black, and I'm kind of wondering if he may be somehow involved in this. It may also be possible that Dr. West himself may be somewhat involved in this, but I can't verify that for certain.
Well, I don't suspect Dr. West. He's of the upright sort, and although we do have our disagreements on ethical issues, I believe he is a good doctor nonetheless.
What's this now?
But you said there was a man named Paul Rogers?
Yes.
Excuse me, the student Paul Rogers? Yes. I believe we do have some. If not here, I believe there may be some records in Town Hall that might be of assistance to you, perhaps.
Okay. Yeah, that could work.
See,
I'm
we
also
don't keep
just.
records of,
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! I was going to say we don't keep records of our students' residents after they leave the school.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah, and as far as my hunch, I'm kind of wondering about the case of Wilbur. I forgot what his last name was. The one that died before the festival.
Oh, Resnick?
Wilbur Watts.
No. Wilbur, what's his face? The guy that.
Hey,
the one whose death precipitated the festival.
hold on, you got to let Scott in.
Okay.
You got to let Scott in, Mike.
Sorry, Scott. How long have you been out there for?
Like 20 minutes.
You're kidding me.
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Dude.
I'm just listening anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, dog.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's a problem I didn't notice you were there.
I would like.
You want to say
point
something,
out-
Slugger?
No.
Okay.
He does though.
I would like to
Say what?
point out about Dr. West, his inability to do a proper autopsy.
I just want to know what the ethical differences are between him and the good Dr. Armitage. So,
Well, you see, he believes heavily in human experimentation, and he was asking the university to provide him with a number of bodies for specimen use, but it's just unethical, you see. The university had to decline his inquiries.
Okay. Big old red flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you as a medical doctor that the man does not perform a proper autopsy, that he does not do things that are standard for the procedure.
How do you mean?
I mean, he didn't even bother to check the cranium. He didn't look at the brain at all. He completely avoided it. And in fact, he was very reluctant to let us know anything he did find out about it.
I
Yeah.
see.
I
Well,
think
while
he would-
concerning, I do
think it's
trust the
very,
doctor's good nature.
I
Excuse
think
me,
it's
sir. What was
very
that?
clear. I think it's very clear this is not natural causes. I mean, it's very clear that this drug is the cause of death, and it is reproducible. We have reproduced the very symptoms in a rat. The doctor.
And what
would know this.
accusations are you launching, good sir?
Right now, none. But I do think that it warrants.
I was
further
launching
question.
accusations.
Well, you can launch what accusations you want. You're welcome to.
Well, you said that this was a very respectable doctor around here. And I'm telling you that he doesn't even act as a normal doctor.
I am simply saying that there are questions raised about him that need to be answered. That's what I am saying.
Okay. I was talking to the guy.
Okay. Likewise.
You're talking to Dr. Armitage?
Yeah.
Yes. Dr.
He says, "Look."
Armitage says that he was a respectable guy. Like, there's no reason to suspect him at all. And I'm trying to point out he's not even doing his job properly, that there is a reason to suspect him.
Well, if you feel that way, sir, why haven't you spoken to him regarding this matter?
As I said, we tried to speak with him, and he was reluctant to give us any information.
Well, I would recommend that you speak to him first thing in the morning, and perhaps he can straighten anything you have up for him.
Okay.
Like I said, I do believe him to be a good man.
I will point out, Dr. Armitage, that I think we have definitely pinpointed the cause of the problems, though, which is this black substance. When we tested on the rats, not only did it have many of the same effects, but as the good doctor was alluding to, when we examined the brain of the rat, we saw that there was deterioration and blackening of the brain as well. And I'm sure that if the brain of the most recent student was checked, that you would find something similar.
Likewise, and also we found out that it definitely affects the brain to the extent that it affects sleep functions, and it's very consistent with the symptoms that Resnick was having involving night terrors and other things.
Look, I may be a doctor, but I'm simply the head of the library here. I don't have any authority or means to do something of that nature.
Okay, that's fair. And we're reporting back what we found.
Yeah. You do want us to report what we find, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm simply saying that I think whatever we might think of any particular person, it's very clear that this drug is dangerous and we need to get it off the street. So our next move really should be to find the source of it, who's making it, and put an end to it before any other children are hurt.
We need to find where Paul Rogers lives and pay him a visit.
Yeah, he's clearly mixed up in this.
All right. Well, yes. I recommend you check Town Hall for any records they may have of Paul Rogers and his current whereabouts.
And I'm also kind of curious as to where the occult connection is coming from in the design of this drug, because there's clearly something unnatural in it, and I'd like to know where that's the source of that is.
Or otherworldly, you might even say.
Yes, I would say otherworldly is fair.
Does Dr. Armitage, when we mentioned that kind of stuff to him, does that faze him at all, or is he's down with it? So,
he's down.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured so.
That might be a clue on its own. We're talking about otherworldly creatures here, and he's like, "Oh, I'm cool."
He has done a lot of research. He's upgrades. He's on a whole other level from us. This guy is somebody who is deep into this stuff. It's very clear.
My point is, I can't wait to get into his collection of books.
Yeah. Well,
Give
he's
me
worried that these books are going to kill us or drive us insane.
Right?
In other words, well, he has a very high Cthulhu's Mythos rating. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
By the way, I'll be right back. Give me just if you can talk, maybe plan a few things out here. I'll be back in just a few minutes here.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
Yeah. Armitage is a major player in the Cthulhu mythos.
But we wouldn't know that in character.
Yeah.
Though, so.
No, we wouldn't. I'm just trying to say like what I think Harry would know. Like he definitely acts like somebody who is deep into this stuff and has done a lot of research.
All right. Well, I think we should probably, call it a night and get started at town hall the next day because.
Yeah, that sounds good. I do want to do that check on the festival's history and.
Unless we're going to break
the guy
into
that died. Yeah.
Break into town hall. So.
Yeah, because they were also talking about it being connected to the witches, and witch trials has been a recurring theme with all of our investigations.
All right. Sorry about
As
that.
a general rule, if you're going to break into a building, don't do it in the town you live in.
Okay. It's the season of the witch.
Okay, so what is the game plan?
Yeah.
I think we're going to call it a evening, although I think there was one more bit of research they wanted to do in the library.
Yeah. I wanted to search a little bit about the witch connections to the festivals and the guy who died before the festivals were stopped.
And then we were going to check the town hall tomorrow.
And I'm going to do a library use roll for that. And that's a hard success.
Yeah, it is. Damn.
Do you look into some of the let's see, you go through the history section on the town of Arkham and some of the events that happened, and something that you find through the notes is you find the death record of the individual, and it looks like he died under mysterious circumstances. It's possible. It looks like that there had been a break-in at the Miskatonic University, and something had been stolen, and rumor had been going around that this individual, Mr. Watley, had been behind it. And suddenly, soon after these rumors appeared, this mysterious death occurred, which was a big event in town.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what Dr. Armitage knows about that, because he might have been there.
You want to talk to Dr. Armitage about it?
Yeah.
Give me a persuade check.
Oh boy, I probably am going to fail that. Yeah. Oh, I came so close. It was so close. Oh, just a near miss.
That name. Where did you hear that name from?
There was a gentleman that was talking to us about the fair and how the death of this man led to the stopping of the fair, and he said it was connected to witch trials. I was kind of curious to see, and then I just did some research about it.
Well, it's a bit of a long story. I'm afraid you might not believe me when I tell you what I have to say.
We've seen some very strange things, like otherworldly things. I'm willing.
Well,
to
you
believe
see, the boy was his name was Wilbur Watley Jr. He was the son of a notorious man whom became a thorn in my side. You see, I'm of weak heart, and normally I'm not of one of temperament. But I have, as I mentioned, my private collection, which is more dear to me than anything that I have in my life. I've directed this library since 1906. I know its secrets better than anyone. Anyway, my apologies. Let me gather my thoughts here. Although
Do
I
you
am
know
its
what was
care.
stolen?
Hmm?
Do you know
Well,
what
here's
was
the
stolen?
thing. One night, long ago, as I said, I am this library's caretaker, and I didn't necessarily realize the significance of the tomes that I had in my private collection until I met Wilbur Watley, Sr., a strange young man from Dunwich. After speaking with him, he asked to see my private collection. I refused, telling him that no, I just met the man. There was no way I'd let him see my private collection without him proving himself to me. This made him furious. He stormed off. Later that night, Watley broke into the library and he tried to get into my private collection but was killed by a watchdog. He almost had his hands on my most prized tome of all. And, well, it led me to discover its secrets. Accompanied by Professor Rice and Dr. Morgan of this university, we traveled to Dunwich, and there we met with and there met, and with the aid of strange magics, we defeated Wilbur Watley's terrible twin, who had been wreaking havoc on that town.
Hmm. The
Ever
Dunwich
since, my
horror.
health has been in dire consequence.
Yeah. I'm sorry for that, and I hate dredging up old wounds like this, but I'm having a hunch that maybe this may be connected, but I haven't yet proven what that connection is. If there is
Thank
one, I will
God.
let you know.
Could it be that the boy is still yet alive?
I don't know. Well, that's definitely a possibility. I'll try to look into.
If you find anything, let me know. As I said, this
Mhm.
is one of the most dark nights of my life. If Wilbur Watley Jr. is back, or Senior, well, neither is good.
Just
What?
saying Dark Knights in Arkham is a little heavy-handed, isn't it?
Yes.
I
What's this
love it.
about? What's this about magic? I've researched this a little bit in my entire life, but I've never heard of actual magic, and you piqued my interest, sir.
Well, yes, you see, as I mentioned, I've traveled all over the world and I've studied with many various cults and tribes, all who have different various beliefs, and I went deeper and deeper. And what I learned, well, it nearly drove me mad, but I came out on top. And as I grew more knowledge, my confidence in these so-called magics also grew. You see, I have quite a holding in my secret library, and only a few know about them in this university. I have restricted access to these tomes as I am concerned about the special course that these books might take on the mind. You see, the dogs the watchdogs are already getting mad. They start baying as soon as you get close to the secret
Evidently, I thought I heard the
library.
hounds of hell.
That's right. Yes, many have.
Also,
Now-
every time you mention the tomes or your collection, Dr. Meyer's eyes get really big and he looks kind of excited.
Oh, really? Do you have interest, huh?
Yes, I study the occult in my off time, and just from what you said of your collection, I have great anticipation in hoping that one day I will just be able to see it.
Well, yes, I can understand your need, your desire to know, your want for knowledge, but having compared my experiences with those of Albert Wilmarth, I can justifiably say that you must fear these strange things.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Think of what you found when studying the black. I think it's very, very wise to be careful about these such things.
exactly, for
You are
once
probably
one
right.
reads one, it risks all.
I, uh, I do, as you say, feel compelled. However.
Sorry, what was that, good sir?
I said I do as you say, feel compelled, however, but you are probably right.
Yes, perhaps for another time.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So let's. So are we gonna look for Paul Rogers in the morning then? Or are we?
Yeah, I
still
think that's a good plan. Yeah.
Yes,
So-
I don't mean to go on about my tomes, but I do have quite a few. Some of them include the Book of Eben, the John Dee manuscripts, the John Dee translation of the
Mm.
Narcotic manuscripts, and the Latin Liber Evonis, among others. But my prized possession is, well, for another time, perhaps.
The Necronomicon.
Hmm.
Not that I know that name.
Excuse me, sir. Did you say something?
Nope. I have no idea.
We just remember this old friend named Ash Williams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Groovy.
Very groovy indeed.
Come on, Dr. Armitage. Give me some sugar, baby.
Nice. All right. Well, yes, he says, I wish you luck with all of your endeavors. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, we won't keep you from your bed any longer. I think we'll leave.
Oh, well, I'll just be in my office if you need me. I often sleep in there at night.
Okay.
If there's anything you could do for us, you could let us look at your occult library. So all right. Sounds good. I don't know where we're sleeping tonight. Me and Slugger Joe.
Is this a good
Stay
stopping
in my
point?
apartment.
Yeah.
Sure, we can stop here if you guys want.
Yeah. You can crash in the office.
I have an apartment here in Arkham. You guys are welcome to my couch.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Or my office.
Yeah, I'm
Guest rooms.
if we wanted to stop here, I'm fine with that too. I'm kind of like
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine by
as
me.
we're talking, so
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. I don't
This
think we're
one was
gonna
very
finish this.
investigative heavy, so I can definitely understand that one.
Yeah. And there's a lot of Cthulhu Mythos stuff in it.
I'm not nodding off because of the investigation heavy. I'm nodding off because my cat decides to be Jimmy Snuka at 4:00 in the morning every morning lately. So
Oh my
Oh,
god.
coming off the top of the
Yikes.
headboard on top of me half the time.
That's awful. Well, hey, that's
All right.
cool. I'm
Thanks.
glad you
Thanks
guys.
for the game.
Yeah,
I
you're
gotta
welcome,
get-
guys. Thank you guys too. We'll see you guys on the future session.
Yes.
Yep,
Sounds good.
sounds great.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Hey,
We'll see you
by
on
the
next
way,
one.
Mike,
Mhm.
did you? I don't know. Mike said that he DM'd you about D&D tomorrow. I didn't know if you were gonna be able to make it. or not.
What time is it?
3.
3. Let me check. Let me double check my schedule. I might be able to make it. If I'm not busy,
Okay.
I think we might have something in the
Yeah.
morning. But let me just double check,
Okay.
and I'll get back to you
Cool.
in a little bit here.
All right. Yeah. Just
That's right.
let Steve know. So and then
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pass on whatever you need to. So
Awesome, man.
all right.
Cool.
And Steve, just so you know, I sent you the invite for StreamYard.
Yeah, I took it. I already took it.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna bail out. I've got like
Sounds good.
this
Sounds
headache
good,
thing
man.
going on.
Hope
so.
you feel better, dude.
Nah, yeah, I'm good. So
All right, man. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
See ya.